before vanishing into the night. In the chaos that followed, the team battled hand enforcers and, despite the crippler's urges, showed mercy, saving their foes from a deadly trap. Guided by mysterious tech signals, the heroes regrouped at a secret safe house and finally met the reclusive Voltgeist, a being of pure energy, watching the war from the shadows. Now, with the blade in enemy hands and an ancient evil awakening, the heroes must decide, will they stand together or fall before the rising shadow of the beast? Tonight, I am joined by Kung Fu Spaghetti, played by Team Wildwood. Tonight, Team Wildwood, introduce yourself, introduce your character, played by Team Wildwood. Team Wildwood, introduce yourself, introduce your character. You're on mute for me. I don't know about for everyone else.
Yeah, mute.
Yep, indeed. There we go. Yo, I'm Wildwood, playing Kung Fu Spaghetti. I was a scientist working for PIM and working on a quantum dram beat, and I tasted it and it messed with my DNA. Now I'm a spaghetti-based, elastic Kung Fu warrior, and we just kind of got this thing going. I'm joined by the Crippler now again for a couple sessions before this, and we're getting a team situated here. Very excited.
I'm also joined by Dragonus, played by Sakura. Sakura, would you care to introduce yourself and your character? And while she is prepping that response, let me say a big thank you to the people who have not only gifted subs, but also resubbed themselves. Thank you to Mnemonic Man. Thank you to Commodore Zed. Thank you to I Am Tenderly. Thank you to Team Wildwood, Kiatic, Super Nintendad, Commodore Zed for all the subs and resubs tonight. Holy crap, we are at a level 3 hype train right now. This is insanity. I take 2 days off. This is what you do to me? Thank you. Oh, retired, dude. Thank you.
So we got. You can't have most of us. You got to have all of us.
Oh my goodness.
You got to collect them all.
Netis, thank you so much for gifting to Inconsiderate Deed, which is so not even like, that's so ironic that the name is Inconsiderate Deed, considering how considerate that deed was.
Hey, Brooke.
Can I take it back?
I'd prefer someone considerate.
Nerded Art, thank you so much. Zalzador.
Zalzador.
Hi, I'm
one.
Saki. I play games and stuff. Usually, I'm sick, so I'm not playing games. I play Dragoness here, lady who is ever so slowly turning into a dragon, former X-Man.
Thank you so much, Sakura. And then directly below me, we've got Retired 11 Bravo portraying Magnus, the himbo from Asgard. Hit me with it, Magnus.
My name's Jeff, or Retired 11 Bravo. I usually stream painting miniatures or video games. And we've been doing a lot of Fallout 76 lately, which has been wonderful. I am playing Magnus, son of Thor, Asgardian, obviously. And he's not really hip to how Midgard works. So yeah, he's a bull in a China shop. So we went through and had a good time, and Electra got away. So that was fun.
You may enact your revenge tonight. Who knows? Who knows? Fingers crossed. But well, I'll tell you who knows. I knows. But and thank you. I am tenderly gifting a sub to Manic Pixel Bean Girl. But tenderly playing Mr. Biscuits, the terrifying cat that you see behind her. Tenderly, introduce yourself, introduce your character.
I am Tenderly. As the name says there, my friends call me Tendy, and I'm just a chick on the internet, and I'm largely unsupervised, which makes me very dangerous. You
Dangerous.
don't let the chicks on the internet without supervision. You get me. That's what happens. Um, I'm playing Mr. Biscuits, who is modeled after my actual cat, who my community lovingly, mockingly refers to as Head Mod, because she thinks my stream is all about her. And, you know, Mr. Biscuits goes from this sweet, cute, adorable, little, fluffy, innocent looking thing to this. This over here. Yeah. Um, she has a little pocket dimension in her, and she uses it to confiscate anything she wants to have. And yeah, she's a little space pirate. She's a little naughty girl, and people being people, they just like didn't even ask her. They just started calling her Mr. Biscuits, and she thought it was funny, so she just goes by it. But she probably really has some kind of eldritch horror kind of name, but y'all don't know what it is, and it's fine. It's
That
just
is
Mr. Biscuits.
100% fine. And it can be just Mr. Biscuits. I'm gonna refresh some browser sources real quick while we're getting Zed in here. Commodore Zed portraying the Crippler. Tell us about your channel. Tell us about your character.
Hey, I'm Commodore Zed. I stream a little bit of everything, but recently it's been TTRPGs, mainly in the horror genre, Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and Wraith the Oblivion. But here I am playing some Marvel with my good friend Nerdwire. I'm happy to see him running games, and I'm so excited. But I'm playing they call him the Crippler. Doesn't wear a cape, doesn't want the glory, doesn't care if you call him a hero because he isn't one. He was once Sergeant Buddy Babbitt, U.S. Army, Black Ops, the kind of soldier they send in when the mission doesn't exist. Then came the betrayal, left for dead in a lab full of monsters and secrets. Came back different, stronger, meaner, touched by something no man should survive. Now he walks the streets. Doesn't kill, he cripples. Pain lasts longer than death. You don't see him coming. You just hear the crack. Then you're not standing anymore. This is the Crippler. And if you're watching, it's already too late.
That is amazing. It's so good. And for those who participated in the hype train, you can check out the rewards that you just got. I got a rock out emote. I hope you guys got something good. And then our final player, who you can't see exactly, who is present up here because she's an electronic ghost. We've got Nerded Art, the other half of Team Wildwood, but portraying Voltgeist. Would you like to introduce yourself, Nerded Art? Yourself and your character.
Hello, everyone. I am Nerd at Art. I really only stream these days when I'm doing fun tabletop RPG things with my friends, and I'm totally okay with that. I do Vampire on Monday nights with Zed, doing Voltgeist here on Wednesdays with Nerdwire, and this coming Saturday, I'm actually doing my first storytelling over at Tendy's channel for Sisterhood Saturday, and I'm very, very excited for that.
It's amazing.
I'm very stoked. So tonight I am playing Voltgeist. She was, a quiet girl, very sickly. Kept to herself mostly, but she was very brilliant, and she spent a lot of her time teaching herself and learning how to work with computers and build things, and how to find information, how to get into things. And she may have taken some money from some very bad people and given it to people who needed it, and that got her in trouble with the law, got her in trouble with some bad people, which put her in the position that she is now. Yeah.
That is
Looking forward
amazing.
to letting more of her story come out in the play.
I'm very excited too. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Nerdwire Plays. I play a lot of games, normally Nintendo and retro, but on Wednesday nights we've been doing some Wednesday pool action over here. Hit up your local comic book shop. Keep those small businesses alive. But that being said, we are doing Marvel Multiverse on Wednesday nights for the foreseeable future, for as long as my heroes entertain you all and are entertained by the idea of being heroes. You guys got the prep, the recap of last week. Tonight we're going to be opening up in the exact same place where we left off last week. For those of you who are my heroes, if you have suffered any damage, go ahead and restore your health and your focus back to the fullest extent. Any status effects that you may have been under will be erased. We will resume this, but you guys will resume at your full healths.
Nice.
We open tonight with the sterile fluorescents that still light up Voltgeist's base of operations. The subtle hum of the city above and the occasional vibration of a passing subway train are the only physical disturbances. The arcade machine is a whir with cowabungas and chiptune music. The training equipment stands on the other side of the base, and the kitchen appliances, though understocked, are still buzzing. In the distance, you hear machinery whirring and vibrating in the lab. Magnus is sitting in the chair in front of the computer that just spoke to them. The team gathered around, curious, or maybe possibly apprehensive. Voltgeist has just spoken to them for the first time, referring to them as Hell's Avengers and Mr. Biscuit's Angels, floating team name ideas. Team, I'm gonna ask... Oh, my camera's doing crazy spazzy things. I'm going to ask that you guys do a little bit of interpersonal RP here and pick up right where we left off from last week.
Crippler's going to close the locker that had the ball peen hammer and gear in it, and he's going to go, nope. Nope. Nope.
I'm sorry. Do you not like those items? I can get you something else.
Weird. How do you know me? How do you know what I'm into?
Well, if I could give you some pointers, you do tend to show up on a lot of street cameras, and anything with a lens, I pretty much have access to.
Confused.
Keeps his mask on. He does not move it.
Tap, tap, tap on the monitor. Hello, are you in there? Kind of
Technically,
like behind
yes.
the monitor.
You're not going to find me there. So you guys made some good work of those hand agents tonight, and I just think you should know that nasty blade you were handling there, Magnus, it could mean some real trouble for us, and that's kind of why I've been sent here. There's been a real increase in hand activity, and my employers, they kind of need a team. So I was sent here to bring you guys together and hopefully fix this.
Oh. Well, that sounds fascinating.
Basically, any supplies you guys need, any help I can provide, I'm your girl.
I was intrigued when I heard team, but I'm already in the corner messing with my nunchaku that I found in my locker.
What's
Mr. Biscuits has jumped up onto her cat tower and has started making biscuits right there on the very fluffy surface, and chimes in that
is this like superhero work or something? Because I don't know if you know me very well or anything, but I'm not exactly a hero. I just like trouble and shinies and I just I like interesting stuff. So I mean, like, good, bad. I don't really care. I mean, I'm not bad. Well, I mean, I could be bad. There,
Well,
there's gray areas.
Yeah, I'd say what we're doing falls right into a gray area. We're not exactly an on the books operation, let's say, but what's going down could be some really bad stuff for everybody. However, there's definitely some shinies in it for you.
Oh, I do like shinies.
And Mr. Biscuits just starts fantasizing about what this possibly means. What kind of shinies is this mystery voice promising?
Hmm.
Well, we will be going up against the hand, and they've amassed quite a collection. Let's just say we need to get this blade somewhere safe, but I can see some other valuables of theirs going missing along the way.
Wait till she sees Dragoness Place.
It's true. I bet Dragoness has some stuff.
On one of the computer screens, you get a slight musical ping. A logo with the word Strategic Homeland Intervention Espionage Logistics Division twists into view with a highly angular bird embellishment in the center. It fades, and then data starts pouring over the blues of the screen. A profile on Electra and some last known whereabouts streak across. You get a drop folder of files on several individuals. It's a lot of names. Beside each one is a notation of missing. There are investigation notes on Rand Enterprises, as well as a history of the hand and some fragmented files titled The Vessel and the Euroblade. And finally, a profile on a man named Asa Asahi. The picture of him shows a well-dressed man of Asian descent in his 40s. There are coordinates to a nearby tower. The coordinates blink on the screen, and a hologram-style map pulls up. The screen begins to project on the metal of the desk right before Magnus. It zooms out from the focal point of the coordinates that were blinking, and then you see a building with a red dot on the rooftop. And over the speakers of the computer, a pre-recorded audio message begins to play. If you're getting this, know I have information on where the hand is. I want to meet you.
Who are you?
Guys, I'm not sure where this transmission's coming from. Let me see if I can trace it.
Oh.
What's going on in there? Kung Fu Spaghetti says with a mouthful of food he found in the fridge there in the adjacent room.
The map on the map displaying on the table shows, and then down in the corner of the screen, you all can still see the embellishment of the shield logo that is there.
That is a neat shield looking.
Yes, I do technically work for S.H.I.E.L.D. Although you could say we're definitely kind of an off-the-books project at this point.
Last time I worked on.
Oh, I've heard of this. Do you have a tragic backstory?
The crippler just sits there and stares. Oh man.
Takes a beat. Dogs are going berserk. I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone can hear them, but they're going berserk under my desk.
I can't hear them, but I don't know if
can't
chat
hear them
can.
at all.
Okay.
No, I just haven't heard anything yet. Well, while
That's
I'm
how
as
tragic
guardian,
this backstory is.
I spend most of my time on Vanaheim, learning my trade. as it were. But Midgard is supposed to be the place to, where heroes come from. So I'm inspired to be amongst you. Even you, Masked Man. So what do we do now?
Wait on that tracing.
That red dot does appear to be where the message is coming from, although I can't seem to see who it's coming from.
Oh, you can just go there.
Mostly cleared this fridge out, so I'm in.
So
I'm just a cat. I go where I want. I just walk in.
Would you like to accompany us there, kitty cat?
Lady did say that they had shinies. I am intrigued.
You guys deciding to go?
Of course.
Okay.
Before they leave, I would like to point out their communication devices, please. And if someone wouldn't mind bringing my drones along, I can lead
I have
some aerial
things to do,
support.
but let's go.
Communication devices, you say?
Yes, I have earpieces for the four of you, and Mr. Biscuits, I've made you something special. There is a very shiny charm that you can wear on your collar, and it allows me to talk to you at a frequency other people can't hear. Very handy for being able to speak. It also has a small camera in it, so whatever you're looking at, I can see too.
Sounds like surveillance.
That sounds very sneaky. Because I am very sneaky, and now we can be sneaky together.
You guys have decided to
Well, I
exit.
got like a shield and like a big battle axe thing. Oh, these will work.
Yes, you guys, grab whatever gear you need. And if there's anything else you need, you just let me know. Shield is willing to shell out some money to make sure that we get that weapon off the street. Blade of your eye is a very, very bad thing to have out in the hands, so to speak.
And a very stylish helmet, I must say.
Oh, I was hoping you'd like it. It's from Asgard.
Ah, good taste.
You decide to exit. Headed toward the mark that was on the coordinates that were given to you guys over the computer. As you arrive...
Pasta Man and Crippler, you should probably clench up. I could take you both with me. Dragoness, do you want to take the Mr. Biscuits?
Five.
You're not afraid of heights, are you, Masked Man?
We've just met.
Rules say, but she's a tiny cat.
Do you have group flight?
No.
Then we can't clench up.
It can grab you and I can carry you.
Magnus attempts. He could carry you, technically, with his strength, combined with his flight. But I don't know if Crippler's into that idea. He seems pretty wary. What does Crippler do? Does Crippler
I will get it
clinch
next
up?
level, I think.
I'll give it a try.
I
will get it next level, I think.
And what about Kung Fu Spaghetti? Does Kung Fu Spaghetti also clinch up?
I'm fully clenched, I guess.
It's all clenched.
Boop,
as
got the backs of them, and up we go.
through the roof.
No. We go outside and then.
Oh, okay.
we're
I was
gonna
making
tear
sure.
up the
I was
thing.
making sure. Okay, so instead of taking the normal exit or the entryway that you came through, there is an exit that is nearby Voltgeist base that allows you guys to exit street level. You fly quite a few blocks over. It takes a little to no time because you are so fast in the air, the two of you. Carrying the other three that are there. You have also put on your communication devices that Voltgeist has very considerately prepared for you guys. And as you arrive at the location, you land before this tower. It's not a super tall tower, but
Are we gonna land? We should go to the top.
do you go to the top?
Yeah, because that's where it was signaling from, right?
Okay, so as you get ready to crest where the rooftop is, the first thing that you notice is that the moon is hanging low and it's nearing sunrise. The city is still barely as alive as it was hours ago in the early evening. Steam rises, cars drive by, and businesses are preparing to open. The moisture on the ground from last night is beginning to evaporate and fill your noses with freshness, but that does not mean that crime stops because the sun is up. The alleyways are still as dangerous as ever, and you begin to smell something besides the rainwater. Something metallic, almost sickeningly sweet. And then you see it. Blood, red, and viscous, spread across this rooftop. You see the bodies of 6 men laying on the ground, splayed in unnatural positions. Well-dressed Japanese men, classic Irizumi-style tattoos adorn their arms and necks, dragons, great waves and oni, and not too far above you, you hear the yelps of a man. In front of you, rather. You hear the yelps of a man who is scared. You hear someone yelling in Japanese. It is angry, and the return of someone sounding like they are begging, pleading. In front of you stand 10 hand ninjas and 3 enforcers. Surrounding a well-dressed man in his late 40s, eyes heavily bagged with regret and sleeplessness, he is wearing a black striped shirt under a white blazer with white slacks, the exact same attire that Asa Asahi was wearing in the image that you were sent before the pre-recorded message. Although the white on his suit has gotten dirty and bloody and yellowed from sweat, clearly, this is your informant. What do you do?
I'm going to yeet Kung Fu Spaghetti. He can take a fall. He's all rubbery. I'm going to set down the crippler more gently.
I'll go for a nice bounce.
Wonderful. With that being said, we are going to roll for initiative. We're going to roll for initiative, everybody. We've got our first battle, and in this instance, these hand are going to be surprised. What that means is that the hand will not be allowed to participate in the bonus round.
Roll. All right, I'm in the bonus round, but I'm fairly.
I'm also in the bonus.
I'm going on a
got
9.
You got a 13, no bonus round for you.
I'm going on a 10, but on the bonus round.
I don't know. I got a 6, a 3, and a 3.
Did you get a Marvel die?
I got a Marvel die.
Okay.
I don't know. I got
It's
a
like
6
Saki
on.
got a Marvel die too.
Got a 6 on my Marvel facet, and
Crippler, you had edge. You got a Marvel die.
Yep, I got a Marvel die. I have a 10. 10 with a
So
Marvel
your
die.
bonus.
Yep.
And what did you get? What did you get on your initiative check?
Total of 10.
Total of 10. Okay.
But I have a bonus round.
Okay. And
I
Spaghetti,
also
what
have
did
a
you
total
get?
of 10.
Oh, you're on the bonus as
14
well.
bonus round.
Dragoness, including your bonus. Let me actually pull up your character sheet here real quick.
Is it everyone?
Okay, Dragoness, including your bonus here for your initiative modifier. 0. So you got 7. You do participate in the bonus. A 6 is 13.
So many of us.
Magnus.
Let's just take him out in the bonus round.
Also the bonus.
Yeah.
A total of 10.
Total of 10.
The,
okay. And then Voltgeist, you said in the chat that you got a 10. And
roll a 7 plus 3 initiative
Yep.
modifier.
Yep. All right, and then let me go ahead and roll for my ninjas, just so that I can decide where they're at in initiative order once the bonus round is over.
Oh, geez.
That is for my ninjas. They got a 15 plus. I think it's just a 1, so it's 16. And I'll separate this out for my enforcers as a separate. They got a 9 plus 1, so they got a 10. All right. So, top of the turn order, we will have Spaghetti, who will be leading whenever we get to regular turn order, followed by Dragoness, followed by Mr. Biscuits, followed by Crippler. You do have an initiative modifier, correct?
If 1. Yes.
1. Okay. So you would. I don't think Magnus has an initiative modifier.
I don't.
Okay. So, Crippler. And Voltgeist, do you have an initiative modifier? I don't have your character sheet pulled up. I should have.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Actually, let me back that up. It is going to be Voltgeist, Crippler, Magnus. My hand ninjas will actually go at the very top of turn order, and my hand enforcers will go at the very bottom of turn order. So, but in the bonus round, we have Crippler, Spaghetti, Dragoness, and Magnus. We're going to start with Spaghetti. As you go flying in from being chucked, Yeetus completest, to the ground level there, the rooftop of the hand that has surrounded this man. What do you want to do? What do you start with?
So coming straight out of the air, I just want to go for a nice elastic bounce and then kind of unwind and just come with a fist straight down on someone's head. Closest guy to me, if I can get that range off my movement and bounce.
Absolutely. Magnus, did you throw him close by, I would assume, correct? You threw him close.
Yeah, I'm throwing him right where the where the guy.
Okay.
Little
right
splash.
near Asa Asahi.
Right near Asa, so we could save the informant.
So let's come down with that. Base melee attack there. That's going to be a success.
That's a good roll. Who are you targeting?
I'm assuming it's just one of the basic hand units, kind of whoever's closest, whoever's front to us.
You have 10. You have 10 ninjas and 3 enforcers.
Okay.
They're circled around him. You have reach on every single one of them. One
of the basic henchman hand ninjas. See if I can really do some damage to a single guy. All right.
So, you go ahead and you throw your punch. That is a connect for sure. There's not a doubt about it. They have no damage reduction for the regular hand ninjas. So
that's a 6 times 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus another 3, so 21.
That is, one of them is unconscious immediately as you've flown in and just absolutely walloped one of them, taking them all by surprise.
Spaghetti splash. We'll hit him with that.
Yeah, there we go. We'll call it out just like an anime. It's perfect. So one of them just gets flung back and flat on his back, completely unconscious. The rest of them are super surprised. When it does come to top of turn order, they will have trouble on their first roll because they are taken by surprise as well. Then the next individual, Dragoness, what are you doing? You are carrying Mr. Biscuits. Still yet.
I let Mr. Biscuits down.
Emotionally or
Both.
Mr. Biscuits goes plummeting to the rooftop. No, I'm kidding. As Dragoness has swooped in, getting really close to the ground level, she sat Mr. Biscuits down just outside of run reach is what I would expect. So about 10 spaces away, so as to not be in any kind of direct danger where she is a little bit smaller. So you've let her down 10 spaces away. You are still in flight mode, so your flight speed is your run speed, and you are outdoors. It is your run speed times whatever that multiplier is for flight 1. What is that multiplier real quick? 3 rank times run speed, so 2 times run speed. So you could make it to them in one movement if you would like. Yes, Spaghetti?
I'm going to prepare attack mode.
You are going to prepare
need-
attack mode? So you're doing attack stance?
Yes. Do we have to do our team maneuver again, or is that permanent?
You can decide that now. It's not permanent. So offensive, defensive, and rally. I forgot to call for that before we got started.
What did
Thank
we
you.
even
Stance,
what did we
yay.
choose last time?
We
You
didn't
guys
use
chose
it, but we chose defense.
defensive last time.
Offensive.
No, we chose offensive. And
Yeah,
we didn't use it.
defensive was
Okay.
on Wildwood's
And we
one
didn't
shot.
use it again. And what was the rally? What did the rally do?
I am pulling up the maneuvers. So you guys would be doing a level 1 offensive. Team members all get an edge on any attack they make this round. Team members on defensive, team members have damage reduction 2 for this round. And rally, all actions taken against team members have trouble this round.
One of my skills gives you guys edge, at least up to 3 of you. So that one may kind of be negated if I'm helping you out.
About giving the enemy trouble. There's so many when we're fighting like this. Like there's 13 guys in this fight that would be rolling
12 now.
with trouble.
You took one
12.
out.
Right.
That kind of seems like the way to go for sure.
We've already
Give 'em a hard
chosen to
time.
not use the first 2. We might as well see what number 3 does for us.
So you guys want to do rally team maneuver
Up to
maneuver
the
level
team for
1?
Sure.
Sure.
Team choice.
Seems good to me.
Okay. We'll have you guys do rally team maneuver level 1.
All right, so Sakura's taking her action to do attack stance. Who's next in the initiative?
The next person in initiative order is going to be it will be Crippler.
All right. Clipper takes count of what is left and is going. How many spaces away am I from the nearest ninja?
When Magnus threw Kung Fu Spaghetti, but then stated that he let you down a lot more gently.
I put him
Crippler.
in like
I mean, because how far can he throw Kung Fu Spaghetti?
I mean,
He's
it was
quite
kind
away.
of he kind of dunked him at this point. You
Yeah.
guys could have been directly above and just dunked
I'm
him.
elastic.
Yep, I'm just wondering how far I got to jump to get into to attack.
I would probably put you in your jump range.
Okay.
So you could do something when you got there.
So that would be five spaces.
Yes,
I
so
think.
I'm gonna jump toward the nearest hand ninja with 2 ball peen hammers, one in each hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a Spider-Man like split kick, but with the ball peen hammers coming straight down on the kneecap.
That is
The right
going to be
kneecap.
on both enemies.
No, just one enemy.
Just one. Okay. Let's go ahead.
Are you
and
using
do
the
a melee
hammers I got you?
Edge. I'm going to re-roll that 3. Came up a 5. So 10. Okay, so 14 plus 5. So I think I hit.
Oh, you definitely hit. You definitely hit.
So 5 times 4 is 20, 25. 25 damage.
So the man's knee shatters with the ball peen hammer crushing the patella. As the ball side, I'm assuming it's the ball side, not the flat side, correct?
Side, yes.
The ball side
yes.
kind of pierces through the skin. It's swung with such force it kind of pierces through the skin, and in some ways, for any hero that would have X-ray vision, it's almost like a Mortal Kombat fatality vision. You see the bone shatter into pieces, and as the hammer continues through, ripping the skin, coming out, bringing out tendon and flesh with it. The guy drops to his other only good knee and then collapses on the ground out of pure fright and pain. He is absolutely unconscious. All right. Next person we have in order is going to be Magnus. Now, you've sat down both the Crippler and you've thrown Kung Fu Spaghetti. Let's say that you're going to resume your movement from where you sat the Crippler down.
Mm-hmm.
5 spaces away.
To get to the guy, Asa.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to grab him and toss him over to Mr. Biscuits. Protect him.
All right, this poor man. So I'm not gonna have you make a roll for that, but we'll do that as two movement actions essentially, and that will in your turn. This man is of average build. Mr. Biscuits is currently 10 spaces away. I'm pretty sure you should be able to throw him, because you're treated as one size bigger. Plus, you have mighty as well.
Mighty too, yeah.
So as you pick up Asa, you pull him a little bit quicker than he's ready for, and his head kind of whips back just a little bit, and you hear him kind of yelp, and it's a scream. But the G-forces with which you've pulled him up, he can't get the air out of his lungs to be able to do a proper scream. So it mostly just sounds like ah! As he gets picked up, and you throw him across to where Mr. Biscuits is, and it's not exactly. It's not an ungentle thud that he lands on that rooftop with. He kind of hits, he skids a little bit and does a little bit of a barrel roll that's on the ground, but he's okay. He's none worse for the wear, and he lands directly in front of Mr. Biscuits. With that being said, we are now at the top of turn order. The first people who are going to go are going to be my hand ninjas. And just to let you know, you've taken out 2 of the 10. You've taken out 2 of the 10.
Did Mr. Biscuits get to actually do anything?
Not yet.
She wasn't in the bonus round.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yep, not yet.
That's gonna get chopped up.
What they are going to do is there are 4 of them that are closest. Dragonist, we did have you do your thing. You're backed up a few spaces where Mr. Biscuits is, so we did have you do your stuff. You prepped attack stance. My apologies. But my hand ninjas turn, and they've got Magnus, who is in the dead center, still within their reach. They have the Crippler, who just took out the knee of one of their compatriots, and they have Kung Fu Spaghetti, who just attacked them. What I'm going to have them do is I'm going to have them divide into groups of 3. It'll be 2 groups of 3 and 1 group of 2, because that's all that is left total. And each of them are going to focus one target each. Note, because they have surprise, they will have trouble on these rolls either way. These will be melee attacks. They will just be doing a standard melee attack for the time being. I'm gonna roll for all of them. So that is a
as a reaction, I'd like to skulk.
Okay. I have to take the 5. I re-rolled my 5, which was my highest. I ended up getting a 6 on it. So I have to take the 5. Crippler, where would you like to skulk to?
Just behind one of the ones, so he ends up hitting his buddy.
Okay.
This from you.
Okay, we'll allow that to happen. No problems. So they do a 5 times 1 plus 1 melee attack, swinging at the Crippler. 1 attacks his friend in that group. One of them attacks his friend. So one of them is down to 4 health already, right off the rip, and that misses. That misses the Crippler. 6 damage going into one of the enemies. But 6 times 2, 12 damage does go to the Crippler.
I have a 32, so damage reduction.
Damage reduction? They only have a multiplier of 1 anyway.
And what was their attack roll? What did they get?
They got a 5 times 1 plus 1.
No.
So
What
6.
was their TN to hit?
What was their TN to hit actually? What's your melee defense?
15.
I apologize. 15? No, they miss. They miss entirely anyway. So they miss entirely. I'm gonna continue to allow the one to get hit by the sword either way.
He would probably get hit because it's versus his TN.
Yep. But for Kung Fu Spaghetti, what is the target number that my ninjas needed to hit you? It is a miss on them. And I'm going to assume it's the same with Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
15.
So they make a coordinated effort to strike as they do, but unfortunately, kind of swinging. You see Kung Fu Spaghetti almost full-on ramen noodle his way out of every single blade that is coming. You see him kind of over there doing the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm guy dance. And for Magnus, what ends up happening is they actually do fully make contact with you. You choose not to move, and it doesn't matter. Your skin is so firm and hard, it just makes a twang and ricochets off of your body to their sides as they're still standing there. Now we have Spaghetti, who is going to make the next move.
Let's go ahead and who's the closest person to the guy that we're trying to save right now?
The closest people are Dragonus and Mr. Biscuits. As it stands, you still have the enforcers who are a little bit more spread out from the rest of the hand ninjas, but you know they're still all somewhat nearby to you guys. Every single person that is still standing.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if there's anyone the closest to me near the guy that we're trying to save, I'll go for trying to do a reverse punch on him.
Okay.
Try to hit him from behind. Try to knock him unbalanced. Spend a little bit of focus on that.
13,
That is a hit.
16.
That is a hit.
Okay. No crit or nothing like that, so it'll just be. Oh, I get edge on it though. Let me get a reroll on that. Come on, baby. Well, it was higher.
It is higher.
So 3 times 3. They don't have DR. 9, 12.
That is enough to incapacitate the next one as your fist comes flying, because the this is a ninja, correct, that you're aiming for?
Yeah, just
okay.
Regular.
Standard ninja. As your fist comes flying, he was looking back at where Magnus had just thrown Asa Asahi toward Mr. Biscuits, and your fist comes flying through the center. You swerve the arm around Magnus, who was standing dead center still yet, and the arm goes past him and makes full contact with the back of the hand ninja's head. He gets slammed so hard his face ends up hitting the ground and completely knocks him unconscious. It completely knocks him unconscious. Great job. Job well done,
Excellent.
Spaghetti. We are now back to Dragonus. And Dragonus, you have prepared attack stance, and you are parked next to Mr. Biscuits, about 10 spaces away. What would you like to do? Bless you, Zed.
Thank you.
And if you need to go take care of stuff, take care of stuff.
I'm good.
Going to do a little flying leap and an iconic weapon.
Very cool. You're gonna use your iconic weapon on them. Just to clarify, I think you have signature attack, correct? For that
One
iconic
of the
weapon.
enforcers.
One of the enforcers. Wonderful. So she is going to fly
Yes.
to the nearest enforcer and use the signature attack of her iconic weapon. For those of you who don't know, Dragonus has a broadsword that, when twisted at the hilt, separates into 2 swords that she can use to deal damage. So if you will, go ahead and do your roll. Let's hope for no natural 2s tonight.
Why do you say that?
I'm
can't
trying
talk to
to
the
get it
dice.
out of there. I'm trying to talk it away. Like, go away, 2s. We don't want to have that happen anymore. We're trying to fix this. We're trying to turn it around.
I tried to install some Game Genie on her dice.
Yes. Oh my goodness. All right,
back.
and you are aiming for an enforcer. You have a melee addition of 4 for this, so that would
Look
be.
at those 2s.
For real.
They got to get out of there. That would be 12 for the enforcers. Your target number to be able to attack them melee would be a 13. So as you could spend a karma to be able to re-roll one of those if you wanted to do so, or you can save it for regaining health or focus if you needed.
Can I use my reaction this round to give her edge?
You can react to give her help.
I'll do that.
How do
Get
you
one of
help
those
her?
two
How do you
reroll.
help her, Spaghetti? What do you say to her from far?
With the power of pasta, you can do it.
So
That's
go
an actual.
ahead.
That's not a
Reroll.
reaction though. That's your full action.
You can help teammate should be a reaction that
I
you
thought
can
that
do.
was a reaction.
No, it's a standard action.
Let me go back.
Can't assist with the power of pasta.
No,
in that
help teammate
case.
is a reaction. Help teammate
is a
A
reaction.
teammate, someone on the same team as the character, is listed as their character fails an action check. The teammate gains an edge on that action check.
Oh,
Clickety
there's
clack.
also help right next to it.
The power of pasta, baby.
Power pasta prevails.
I would recommend re-rolling that Marvel dice.
That is nifty.
Yeah, we each have one reaction around too. So.
Ooh, that's
That's more than
much better. There we go. So you get a 4 and a 5. That's 9, 10, 11, plus your 4, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that definitely connects with the hand enforcer. Looking at the damage that you would do, that is a 5. Because these hand enforcers do have damage reduction of 1, it would be 5 times 3 plus 4, which is 19 damage to my hand, to one of the 3 hand enforcers, and it was the one that I would assume is closest to you. So, doing some quick maths. There we go. All right, so you deal 19 damage using your blade on them as you end up swinging this. Did you separate the sword or did you leave it together, Sakura? Dragoness, my apologies.
This was a combined attack.
Okay, so leaving the sword together in more of a great sword fashion, it hits heavy and hard on the hand enforcer's shoulder. Now note they are dressed in samurai armor, so as it makes connection, the bindings holding one of the shoulder pieces ends up snapping under the great force of this gigantic blade that you're bringing down. And the blade goes into the shoulder of the enforcer that is closest to you, and he yelps from the pain, and kind of breaks his stance up just a little bit as he's standing there holding his katana in hand. We do now move into Voltgeist. What would you like to do?
Sorry, guys, just dealing with a bit of internet issues,
You're all
aka Childwood.
You're all good.
Excellent. So I can use Inspire to give 3 of my allies edge on their next turn. So, Crippler, I know you tend to get edge on most of your moves there, so I'm thinking I'll use this on Spaghetti, on Dragoness, and on Magnus, so that they'll have a little extra oomph next round.
I'm going to give you just a little bit of advice. It is until start of next turn, so what I would advise that you do is you hold your actions, so that way you can do it at the very beginning of next turn, and you can use it as a reaction after the round starts back up again.
I see. Okay, because I wasn't aware of that. Thank you for letting me know.
That's okay. I'm going to give you the advice to try to help clinch this and use your ability the best that you can. So hold your turn, and then at the top of the next round, I would recommend using it then and then stating who you want to use it on. So we are going to have Voltgeist hold her turn. She will be taking up top of initiative order on next round, most likely, unless she decides to wait. And we are going to have Crippler. You are going to go next.
In a battle of destruction, the Crippler is going to spin from one knee to the next with the ball peen hammer splayed out both of them out
I
like
skipped.
a tornado.
I apologize. I've accidentally skipped one of our players. I skipped Mr. Biscuits. Mr. Biscuits was supposed to go before Voltgeist, and I was looking at the V after Dragoness. So we're gonna actually resume with Mr. Biscuits. What would you like to do?
First off, retired. Bravo. Saving me my movement turn. I was actually kind of really thinking about this, so you solidified it. Mr. Biscuit prances in front of the gentleman that was just thrown at him, or her, whatever, and says,
You definitely don't want to be out here. So, you know what, Mr. Guy? Don't resist. And also, don't touch any of my stuff.
and Mr. Biscuits, while the guy is sitting there like, what the heck, this cat is talking to me, she swallows him whole.
Let's go ahead and have you make a roll. Your target number is 10 to be able to swallow him.
I mean, there's no safer place for him to be right now than
And you
Boom.
swallow him.
before he can even respond, like, just
He's like, what?
You hear him screaming on the way into the mouth, and as the maw closes around his entire body, you can still hear the faint screams in that pocket dimension in there. It's like, like as he's being swallowed. This poor man. Now, just to let you know, I did write a description for how this guy smells. He smells of cigarettes and cheap cologne. So I hope you enjoy the flavor.
Oh yeah, taste wondermous.
I imagine
Oh
that she
my
swallowed
goodness.
him so fast that one of his shoes hits the floor and didn't make it.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So now we will resume with, do you want to make a movement, Mr. Biscuits?
I want to actually move further away, preferably into a shadowy space.
Okay, so there is the stairwell that would lead down into the rest of Sky Tower there. And Mr. Biscuits makes her way over. It is 5 spaces away. You kind of sit on the corner of the stairwell, kind of rooftop shed looking thing. You know what I'm talking about. And kind of make a little bit of a hide over there. We are now going to be going into my hand enforcers. We have one that. Do what?
No. You're
wait.
going to skip me.
Crippler, my goodness, I had totally forgot. You're right. Crippler and Magnus. Jeez, thank you. Crippler, please.
No, you don't get my good description now because you interrupted me before.
That's fair.
I'm
I'll
going
have to make up
to
something.
spin on one knee,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to slam the ball peen hammer into another horse's knee.
Oh my goodness! All right, let's go ahead and make into an enforcer's knee or
Yes,
a
into
ninja's.
an
Okay,
enforcer's knee.
let's go. Let's do it.
I have the edge on the attack.
Oh my
I'm
god.
going to re-roll the 3.
Uh-huh. Oh man. Well, it definitely connects. It definitely
So that
connects.
is still a 6 times 4,
Mm-hmm.
which is a 20, which is a 24, plus 5, which is a 29 damage.
That is 29 damage. They have damage reduction of 1. The enforcers do.
Oh,
Does
you
that
didn't
change
tell
anything?
me that. Yes, it changes everything. It changes the entire calculation.
Okay.
So so it's 6 times 3, which is 18 plus 5, which is 18 plus 5 is 23.
23 damage.
Yes.
All right.
Still not-
Let me see here. Do you have anything that happens fantastic success for what you just did? Or was
If
it
it's
just a standard attack?
Then it's just double. If it's a fantastic success, it's double damage.
Yep.
So then we double that. It's 46.
Mm-hmm. I was just making sure. I didn't know if we had anything else. If you had
Nope.
like an ability, like they're stunned or blah 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 kind of thing. That's what I was trying to double check.
That's
He
completely
did
up to you, but
explode.
it's 46 damage.
All right. So 46. All
Is that guy's
right.
body still intact?
That guy's body is
Curious.
still completely intact. The armor
Jeez,
that is
okay.
that is there on his leg though, as the crippler makes contact with the hammer, doing the cool spin move that he just did, and bringing the full momentum of that spin around. It makes contact with the shin guard that covers the knee, and you just see this golden plate just fly across and off of the building into the street line. The shin guard comes undone, and it drops to his foot as he's still standing there. He ends up dropping his sword in the process, though, because it is so painful. And he grabs a hold of the knee and with both hands, just trying to make sure that it is still there. By some miracle, still present. He has no clue how. He just saw what happened to one of his ninjas, and he is gritting his teeth in pain, standing there. We will now go to Magnus.
Well, go ahead and bring over a shield, pull out a big axe, just coming down on whichever is closest at the time.
So you have a group of 3 ninjas that had moved in to try to attack you, and they are circled around you as it stands. So you're coming down on the one that is closest to you. Let's go ahead and get a melee check here. That definitely hits still yet. So, and
what does the axe do?
What does the axe do? As it stands, let me see here if it changes anything on this. Common weapons. We will treat this as a blade. It will give you +1 bonus damage.
Okay.
So you got a 2 multiplied by your multipliers, and then add your bonus damage plus an additional 1.
Okay, so my ability score is a 5 for melee.
Mm-hmm.
How do we add this?
So you would be doing 2 times your multiplier, which is 5, correct? Or is that's your ability score? That is your ability score.
My ability
score.
So it's
2 times whatever your multiplier is plus your ability score plus 1.
4.
So 2 times 4 would be 8 plus 5 would be 13, 14 would be 14. So you dealt 14 damage, and as you come down, kind of crashing down, shield held up in one arm, axe being brought down with some velocity down on the other one, and experiencing the full force of a god dropping down. The man just kind of he doesn't die because you're not intending to kill him, correct? You're not intending to kill him, are you? Okay, I'm just making sure. As you make contact, he ends up taking the axe. It's not necessarily the blade side. It is the flat side, because you have no intention of cutting his head off. The blunt side of the axe comes down right in the center of his forehead, and he just absolutely drops with a velocity that would have killed a normal man, but you held back just a little bit. You know, he's got a little more resilience than your average citizen would. And he is knocked unconscious. So that is another hand ninja that is gone. Now we are finally to the hand enforcers. I will be rolling for these 3 hand enforcers. As one of them is standing next to the crippler, he is going to focus. I'll be rolling for each one individually. He was going to focus.
Correct.
On agility attacks, correct? They do have trouble. Yes, trouble because of the surprise. Yes. So he is going to do his signature attack, Heavy Strike, which will wipe out the trouble. against the crippler because it does grant him
a
edge.
reaction.
What are you gonna do?
I have a reaction as too.
Okay.
When I see somebody going after the crippler, I'm going to ram him.
All right. Let's see.
I've got that shield. Just bam.
Let's see. Ram. Character moves their full speed in a straight line toward the target and uses their standard action for an additional movement to move right up to the target. The character can now
You
use
gotta
their
use
reaction.
you gotta use a standard action to move. You use your standard action to attack already.
If the attack is a success, the character takes regular damage from the impact, and the enemy takes double damage. The character moves. Trigger. The character moves at their full speed. My question is I know that is a reaction. The trigger is stated that the character decides to move at their full speed in a straight line. I think the way that reads is that it has to be on that character's turn to be able to use ram. Is that the way that it's interpreted by you guys as well?
That's how I used it last game.
Yeah.
I moved my full 10, then used the reaction. Because the full 10 is a standard action that it says you have to take the standard action in the description.
That's the way I read that. But
I was going to react as well, and I was just going to skulk.
Okay.
Oh.
Behind the other hand ninja that I skulked behind before that only had 4 health points.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know how these work because
I mean, ram is listed as a reaction.
It is listed as a reaction. And the trigger for that reaction is that the character moves at their full speed in a straight line toward a target and then uses their standard action for an additional movement to move right up to their target.
Yeah, which seems to me as a reaction, you're getting like an extra standard action. And
Essentially, yeah. So when it is your turn, you can choose to do that. Is the way I see it. So it's additional longer movement and using the impact of your body as the attack on them.
So maybe that would just like eat his turn, though. It would just move him up the turn order, essentially. Is that what you're thinking? Because it would still be taking the.
It would still be in his turn. It would. The way I read that is it would have to be in his turn.
I think all combat is simultaneous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing it turn by turn. So fair, yeah. When the time comes, just be doing his ram.
Just disregard it then. No problem.
Okay.
I'm going to react anyway.
We're kind of new
to
some of this.
You're going to go ahead and skulk?
I'm going to go ahead and skulk. So he hits the hand ninja that I got skulked before. So.
Okay. All right. He is going to go ahead and do his roll to do his heavy strike on his friend. Oh my God. Well, he has to re-roll it because he has trouble anyway. So, and he has to take the lowest one. Thank God in some ways. Or, the watcher, Uatu. So it doesn't really matter because the moment the man goes to swing, he sees the crippler make a quick move directly behind the other ninja that was standing there. And unfortunately, makes full contact with the hand ninja, absolutely obliterating this man's body. Now, because he is a villain, that hand ninja friend of his gets sliced in half. Fully sliced in half. From shoulder to waist, and it does this almost cartoon coyote time slide off, his legs still standing there in the middle of on the middle of the rooftop, but his body sloughing off onto the ground, hitting with a sickly thud, and blood just kind of dripping around on the ground below him. God. All right. Same thing is going to happen with the enforcer that is nearest to Magnus. He is going to make that roll here. And let me see here. He is going to have a 12 plus 4.
He has trouble.
He has trouble.
Signature attack with the edge erases the trouble.
Oh, that's right. He just doesn't get the signature.
Yep. So 4. Let me see here. 4 times 3 for him is 12. Plus 4 is 16 points of damage to Magnus. Magnus, do you do anything? or do you take it on the chin?
No, I'll take it on the chin.
All
You
right.
have damage reduction, don't you? Sturdy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you do have damage
32.
reduction. DR2.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's actually 4 times 1 plus 4 is only 8 damage done to Magnus. Thank you. All right, and then the final enforcer notices Mr. Biscuits has decided to try to get away. He is going to start making his dash over to where the stairwell is, and she has now moved. She was already 10 spaces away, but she's moved to a stairwell. So he is going to use Ram on this. He's going to move his full 10 spaces. He will use Ram on this. And
Aha!
he is
I know
going
what I
to.
could do.
Mm-hmm.
I can interpose.
You can interpose. Someone within a character's reach is the target of an attack. What is your standard reach? It would be 4 spaces?
One step. It's one space.
Or because he's big
This
though.
is within my movement,
2.
though. Yeah. Yeah. And I have a reach weapon.
Yeah, it sounds like he just steps in the way of the attack.
We could have him do that. That's
So
totally
it says
fine.
here's reach.
that's
The
cool.
character
That's totally
moves
fine.
for free, and I can move 10. So
I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you
between
go.
the
I'm gonna
target
let you
and
go
attacker
ahead and do
becomes a
that
new
for
target.
sure. 100%. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that. So
you're
Let
not going to
me-
hit my little friend.
as he is rushing to make the attack. Man, this is gonna be bad. All
And hit a
right,
wall.
here we go.
I was thinking
Or
of
a
tripping
wall.
with Tate.
What were you thinking? Tripping with Tate? Oh man. Okay, so he ends up missing as he rams into Magnus, making that run. Magnus flies over, stepping right in the way of Mr. Biscuits. The enforcer slams up against the wall and ends up kind of addling himself just a little bit. And he is standing there face to face with the Asgardian, staring down this rage of a man who saw his new cat friend trying to be attacked. So we are now back at top of turn order. We have 7 hand ninjas that are left. No, they no longer have trouble on these
Trouble?
rolls. So the one that is still left next to the crippler decides to go ahead and make a standard attack on him.
All right.
Actually, he's going to activate fast strikes for this.
Are the hand the top of the turn order? I thought I was the fastest.
Hand ninjas ended up at top of the turn order unless Voltgeist goes ahead and interrupts it, and then it's you, because hand ninjas rolled a 16, you rolled a 14 with bonus.
Gotcha.
Voltgeist did hold.
It's ever held
Yep.
turn, yeah.
Is Voltgeist going to do inspiration?
I'm happy to do that.
All right, go ahead and describe for me what you do. How do you inspire them?
I'll be using Battle Plan, which allows me to inspire up to 3 people.
Okay.
So, guys, we got 5 of them left. 3 enforcers. I know at least 2 of those enforcers have taken a pretty good beating. Line them up, knock them down.
Very cool. Very cool. So you guys gain edge, and what 3 are you targeting for inspiration?
I will target Spaghetti. I will target Magnus, and I will also target Mr. Biscuits because we need to make sure he gets out of here.
Okay. Awesome. So fast strikes, just to let you know, Commodore Z, this is what this hand ninja is about to do. Now this hand ninja is no wait, you had 2 hand ninjas that were still alive near you, didn't you? Because you attacked the enforcer last time.
Yes, I attacked the Forcer last time.
Okay.
But one of the hand ninjas got cut in half, remember?
Oh yeah, that is right. That is right.
Gold.
So this is still the full health hand ninja, unless you skulked behind the. Okay, there we go. This is the full health hand ninja. Fast strikes. Character splits their attack to make 2 close attacks against separate targets within reach, or they can focus a single attack on a single target, make a single melee check, and compare it to the target's melee defenses. On a success, the affected target takes half regular damage. On fantastic success, the affected target takes full damage. In this, pretty much it would be you take full damage or you take double, because
one second, please. 1 second.
I'm gonna go ahead and have him make his roll, so that way we can let him know. I think it's a miss anyway.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Someone's
No,
knocking
you're
on my
good.
door.
I think it's a miss anyway, because he rolled a 10 plus 1.
I was skulking. I was
All
going
right.
to skulk anyway behind the enforcer.
I mean, you can go ahead and do that. It will still be a miss at that point.
Well, if it's a miss, I'm not going to skulk.
Yeah.
I'll save the reaction for later.
Yep, you wanna
You
hold
can
on
give
to
him a
that.
wedgie while you're back there.
There we go. Yeah, it's just emotional damage.
So you roll on a miss. Okay.
So as the final full health hand ninja decides to make their strike, they unfortunately do miss. The blade coming down, Crippler just kind of taking that step to the side, and then we're gonna roll the. How you have 3 hand ninjas still near you, Spaghetti? Is that correct? Is that what we have?
That sounds right. I usually get in the mix of it.
Okay, because we have 7 left. It would be 3 with you, 3 that was standing next to Magnus, and the 1 that was left near Crippler. So the 3 are going to do the exact same thing, and I guarantee they missed.
That one misses.
So again, all 3 completely missed their strikes against you. I don't know what you're doing over there. You must have gotten nice and greased up as the noodle that you are. Covered in butter.
Covered in butter, yeah. He's butter pasta.
Now, unfortunately,
really good for this.
The 3 that would have been standing next to Magnus are left standing there alone, and don't have a direct target. They do turn their attention toward Dragoness, who had came in to attack the enforcer that was nearest to her, which happened to be the enforcer that was nearest to them. So they are going to turn their attention toward Dragoness. They are going to do the same roll. They got an 11. Did they hit? Let me look at her melee defense. They did not hit. They needed a 14 to be able to hit. So they end up missing as well. I don't know who is in charge of training these hand ninjas, but they are not very good at their jobs. We are now back to players doing the things that they need to do.
Marvel stormtroopers.
With Spaghetti.
I was going to say, these guys are like Imperial stormtroopers. You guys got this.
Oh, man. We are in with Spaghetti.
One hand
at the top,
loop.
right?
Nobody is precise as hand ninjas.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna go for one of these 3 guys closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use the fettuccine flurry but with a different pun?
Like you're wanting to name it something different?
Exactly.
Is it functionally the same thing, the same move?
Yes, same
If
move.
it's functionally
and it
the
will
same
be.
move,
I'm
call it
describing
something
as the
different.
Same move. All right, so I'm gonna look at this guy straight in the face, and I'm gonna go spaghetti. And I'm gonna start shooting my fist towards him. I'm gonna throw my hand towards like his knees, but I'm gonna bounce it off the ground, and then on the way up, I'm gonna let it all spread out, fettuccine flurry style, to a bunch of little singular noodles, and I'm just gonna catch him all while he's looking down at his knee, just like when you pop a kid from, you point on his chest and go, "Oh, there's something on your shirt," and then you boop him. I'm getting him with the fettuccine flurry.
You will have double edge on this, by the way, just to let you know.
Yes.
Oh man, because of Voltgeist's inspiration for you, and then your edge on the signature attack. Good God, it connects. But do you want to try to? You could re-roll that Marvel die twice and see if you can get more. Oh my God!
Clickety clack, there it is, and then we'll just get one of these into a 6.
Oh
There it is.
man!
Clickety clack.
Oh
All right, so
man!
this guy gets vaporized, right?
The guy absolutely does, but he's still alive because you don't kill because you're heroic. The noodles come out directly at his knees. And what is crazy about it is he's noticing that there's so many knee-based attacks that are going on in this group, and he's just kind of taken off guard as it happens. He's like, what is going on? Why does everybody want our knees? And as your little noodles that also kind of form little fists as they're coming out begin striking his knees.
No, I'm not going for his.
Oh, you're
was a
not-
trick.
Oh!
I'm getting him all upper body. Like I said, when you pointed to his chest and then you boop him when they're looking down.
I got you.
I want him to look at his knee, but then I'm gonna get him in the face.
He's-
With the rebound
He
off
still
the ground.
asks the same question about why are so many people after our knees, but then like his face starts getting pelted because he's looking down at the knees. He's like, "Oh my god!" and it deals double damage.
Most people don't know
So
this, but I leave the knees alone. My boy's got that.
the man is
guys-
knocked down, and
You guys. I got a new team name suggestion. Joint Strike Force. Get it? Get it? Joint Strike Force.
I think the crippler might like that one. Oh man, but as he's laying there unconscious, he's still taking damage for some reason. No, he's not continuing to take damage. That would kill him. But the little fists, just out of principle, are continuing to punch him because of the fantastic roll. And that brings us into Dragonus. You are up next. Just for clarity, we still have, and that would be another one I need to mark off of my list here.
What's the enforcer situation?
We still have all three enforcers that are still alive. One of them is near the crippler. One of them is standing before Magnus, who is standing in front of Mr. Biscuits. And then one of them is still standing near Kung Fu Spaghetti. You are
I have
close enough
CR2,
to be able to
so-
move to where Kung Fu Spaghetti is, to be able to, and if you just walked, that's if you didn't fly. You're close enough to move near Kung Fu Spaghetti. You were close enough to move near the one near the crippler. And if you flew, you would be close enough to move to the one near Magnus. The one that is near the crippler is at about a third of their health. The one that is near Kung Fu Spaghetti is at full health, and the one that is near Magnus and Mr. Biscuits is at, I mean, they've only lost maybe like 15% of their health so far.
Is there a sort of tackle ability that not a power?
The closest thing would be Ram. As a reaction, you could attempt to grab and pin.
And if you do ram, you do triple damage.
Yep. If you have a fantastic success.
Yeah.
And they would also be knocked prone.
You know what I
would,
want to do.
You will take damage from ramming, though. That is one thing that I did not take into consideration. the character takes regular damage from the impact and the enemy takes double damage. If the attack is a fantastic success, the character takes regular damage still, but the enemy takes triple damage instead and is knocked prone. What do you want to do, Sakura? Dragoness.
I want to fly him off the edge.
Oh my god. All right. So, let's see if you can perform the grab to be able to do it. In order to perform a grab, let me get to that page. You need to do a melee check against the target's melee defense. So let's go ahead and roll 3 dice. Your target number for this is going to be a 14. You definitely grab him. You definitely grab him. And you are considered big, which means you would be able to pick him up. He is of average size. So you want to throw him. You want to fly him off of the building. Now in battle, it works a little bit differently. Outside, we allow it to happen just because narratively it's kind of cool to hear. Let me look here what we can do. Carry lift. All right. So this next thing that you will need to do, carrying something there your own size reduces your speed by half. And you need to make a challenging melee check. For you, target number would be 12 now that you've grabbed him.
Can I place him on like a hug on the structure with his cottage?
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. I'll allow it.
Code. What roll?
You just do a standard roll, and it will be against a challenging number. Target number is 12. Old Huey boy isn't coming. Not today.
He dies.
All right. So what he is going to do in the process of being picked up and carried, he is going to attempt to do an escape. This is like the one time I've used it right since we started. So he is going to attempt to do an escape, which what he has to do is he will need to do a melee check against your melee defense. If they succeed, they free themselves and can then use the rest of their turn normally. So he is going to do his melee check.
Trouble?
He does not have trouble on this. For escape. He fails it anyway. He absolutely fails it anyway, I believe. Because your melee defense, that would 14. Be a 9 plus 4 would be 13. Your melee defense is higher than that, correct? It's higher than 13, Dragoness? Yeah, your melee defense is a 14. So he ends up failing. Now, your carry speed is half what your run and flight speed whenever you are in battle is. The one that you picked up was more central of the roof. The edge of the roof was 10 spaces away. So you will need to continue to try to carry him to hang him off the side of the building for up to 4 turns, unless he escapes from you. Because it would be your run speed. No, I apologize. What is your flight speed in battle? What is your flight speed in battle? It's times your rank. So your flight speed would be
10. She's got the same as mine.
It would actually be she has a run speed of 6. So
it's
flight
12.
speed would be 12 in battle. So half that. So it's only 2 turns that you will need to carry this
She's
person.
bigger than him. She's not same size.
Objects inside this. We'll standardize it. What I'll have you do is we can go ahead and we can have you fly to the edge of the building, which means on the very next turn that is at your point, because he is currently grabbed and dangling in the air. On his next turn, he can attempt to try to escape at the top of his turn still yet, but he can't do any other actions. So we'll wait until it comes back around to him to decide whether or not you will be able to hang him off the edge. We are now moving into Mr. Biscuit's turn. You are behind Magnus. He has an enforcer standing right in front of him. You don't really have a whole lot of spaces to go. The edge of the building's right nearby you. You could always dive, but this is a pretty large fall. And I don't know if you necessarily want to dive off the side of the building to a possible doom.
Can I look around and see, like, what kind of rooftop is this? Is there, like, building hoo-ha up here where, like,
building hoo-ha.
like maintenance crap and, like, is there any,
water
like,
tower.
Some nice scaffolding or
yeah,
something.
is there
Heating, cooling.
Yeah, is there like any little space that I can crawl into, or someplace I can jump up high onto, or this can't be just like a flat rooftop.
your
That
jump?
would be weird.
It would be half of your
speed.
run. So your run is 5 spaces. So you'd be able to jump up 6 feet, essentially. So let me have you do a real quick what I want you to do. All right. Let's do a vigilance check to double check whether or not there is anything off the edge, anything around. So go ahead and give me a target number is going to be, because you're in the heat of battle, it's going to be a standard check. Target number is 12. Vigilance.
If my drones are flying overhead, I may be able to assist with that as well.
She goes ahead and she already gets the target number. So as you're looking around, you notice below you, behind you, is a fire exit that does not come up to those top 2 floors. Those top 2 floors are pretty much just stairwell. There's no exit out to a fire exit. Pretty much where you're standing, but right below that is a fire exit. It is about 18 feet down. What I want you to now do, are you wanting to escape to a fire exit down?
I was given a task of protecting a package, so I need to remove this package from the vicinity.
Okay. So if you choose to do that, you can use that as your movement action, and you can do another movement action, or you can try to attempt to use some sort of power, or what would you like to do?
No, I think these big folk have it all in hand. I'm going to stick to my responsibility of protecting an asset.
All right.
I like assets.
So you jump down onto the fire escape that is 18 feet below you, but you don't take any damage because you're agile like a cat and can make that drop. And do you choose to use a secondary movement action to move even further down, or are you just going to kind of hang out there?
I will move further away.
Okay, so you will move even further down. So you go down one full flight of that stair down the fire escape that is there. Now, no, this is somewhere in the ballpark of about a 16-story building. It's not necessarily massive. It's no skyscraper, but it is a standard size large building. So you are now currently 1, 2, 3, 4 floors down. So you have another 8 floors that you can go down if you choose to. All right, and then we move into Voltgeist went at the top. We move into the Crippler.
All right, deflecting the hand ninja's sword attack with the ball peen hammer and spinning around the now standing half remains of the other hand ninja that he skulked behind. He spins behind the enforcer, and instead of going for the front of the knee or the side of the knee, he swings for the back of the knee.
Into the soft, fleshy spot.
Into the soft, fleshy spot with the ballpoint hammer portion of the ballpoint portion, not the flat end.
Oh my goodness! All right, so go ahead and do your check here.
I have the edge.
Oh God!
You know what? I'm going to re-roll that 5. just because. All right, so a 15 plus 5 is 20, so I hit. All right, and I'm using a weapon, which I was kind of counting as a club. Which would give me a plus
give you a +1 on the bonus.
Damage
That's
multiplier, yes. So that it would turn my damage multiplier to a ×5. But you said they have damage reduction of 1. So
yes,
we're down to my normal multiplier of 4. So 5 times 4 is 20, 25 damage.
All right, so another 25 damage, and as he feels that hammer go into the back of his knee, into the flesh, it becomes a little bit embedded, and he notices that you don't just immediately pull it out to get ready to start another swing. You pull it out slowly, sadistically, and the pain is just shooting through the nerves that are in that leg, as he is still standing there, and trying to think of what his next action is going to be. He is still standing. Oh my gosh. Okay. We move into Magnus's turn, who is still standing before another enforcer.
I'm going to do something similar to Saki, except for I'm going to grab him and just yeet him.
What is your throw distance for average? Do you know it off the top of your head? For an average size person?
Mighty 2, which gives me. I'm
looking.
Like way bigger for the. Oh.
Yep. Let me pull it up.
Seven. For Mighty 2, it would be 7.
7 spaces?
Yep, same as mine.
On an average size.
Yep.
On an average size item.
Normally it's 5, but the Mighty 2 adds +2 to it.
Treat the character as 2 sizes bigger for lifting, carrying, swinging, and throwing things.
And enhanced physique. I'm not sure what that does as far as.
Give me 1 second.
Throwing stuff. This is still pretty.
Okay, so to throw an average person, your throwing range for a person is going to be 5 spaces at standard size here. So I'm looking here to see what you would need to do.
And
5 normal spaces for a standard sized human. So, I mean, you're close enough to the edge because you could throw him off of the edge and drop him off of a building.
Just toss him. Just whoop.
All right.
We're not gonna kill people, though.
Yeah, that is a choice because this man is an average human being. He is an average human being. And he will land 16 stories down.
Maybe Magnus doesn't quite know that
Magnus
yet.
doesn't know. We're gonna find out if there are
We're
consequences.
not quite so resilient.
They're not Asgardian demigods. But what I'll have you do is you are going to do a melee check to see if you can throw. Oh my god. So, You have a fantastic success there because you're guaranteed to do it. The target number was only 14, so you ended up grabbing the hand enforcer.
I put the shield back, grab this guy, yeet him, and I'm walking towards the big group, whatever group of people are left.
As he goes up into the air, he gets the butterflies in his stomach because he kind of hits the apex of the throw pretty quickly as far as that goes. And the butterflies hit his stomach. All of his nerves stay up in the air as he gets ready to drop down. And he is dropping, and he's falling at a pretty good pace. This man is about to hit the ground and go splat from 16 stories up. Mind
Can I
you,
use my reaction?
Yes.
Reach out and grab him.
Yes, so you're gonna choose to save him?
30-foot reach style. Yeah.
When he
Just
impacts
barely
the side
though.
of the building,
I'm gonna catch him.
could you
right
catch him
before
and
he
just kind
ends
of
over
go
the side,
bam?
and I'm gonna smash him down though.
Okay, that'll work.
Onto this before he goes over the edge. I'm gonna catch him out of the air, smash him down with the reaction.
I'll allow it. I'll absolutely allow it. That's the nicest way to let this guy down. You guys might want to have a talk with Magnus about the fragility of humanity. But
So I walk up to the next group. I'm just walking up to the next group and just kind of spin the axe in my hands, which is going like, yeah.
oh man, so what I'm going to treat this as is an interpose, okay? I'm going to treat this as an interpose to be able to try to protect that man from getting hit by the ground. Super hard. But what I want you to do to be able to do that is I want you to do an agility check. Target number, because he is going down. He's going down pretty quickly. Target number on this one is going to be, what's your agility addition?
2.
So you got 13?
13.
Okay.
12
You end
should
up
probably
you end up trying to catch him, but unfortunately, like your finger is all that ends up grabbing him. Target number was going to be 14. Is what it was going to be, and so
wow.
you end up
I got a bit of noodle on
I'm
it.
gonna help
extending
him
your
and give
hand.
him the edge.
Okay, thank goodness.
And he's a react. No, I gotta save it for something else. Sorry, buddy. Gotta save my reaction for something else.
He reaches up to grab a hold of the hand that he sees extending to him. Very, very, David and God in this Sistine Chapel painting. And he's like, no. And as he grabs it, he reaches for the finger. He grabs a hold. It does slow him down just enough to not absolutely kill the man. But it's not quite enough because he notices for
Grab
some
my
reason these
good
noodles are
noodle.
extremely slippery.
Tell him that.
You can't-
It's
you
all
can't-
the extra butter.
It's the
Take my
butter.
good
I
noodle.
knew I shouldn't have buttered today.
It's the buttery goodness.
He grabs and you see like yellow buttery liquid fly out from his hands because it squeezes together, kind of like he's in a swimming pool and he's done that squirt of water, but it's just butter shooting out of his hand. And he hits the ground with a thud, his head smacking against the helmet that he currently had on, just shattering behind him. But let me see what his fall damage is going to be, because there is fall
16
damage in
stories.
this.
It's so much, dude. It is
Let me
so
see.
unbelievably much.
He
Fall
fell
damage is a
16
lot.
stories.
Yeah, that was 16 stories.
Guy's
that-
street pizza. I mean, they'll be scooping him up with shovels and
Let
hoses.
me see here.
But I got a bit of noodle on him, right?
You do. You snagged him and slowed his descent down. Let me find this. Fall impact from their
Don't
fall.
hit us with some Spidey-Man stuff where like my noodle
Falling
wraps around
damage
his
is page
ankle, but then
32.
his head.
It's
the head
base
just barely
32
hits.
No,
times
it's page
distance.
32.
Page
Page
32.
Page 32.
All right. Let me see here. I'm looking at the
One,
digital one.
the multiplier is 1 for every 3 spaces taken.
Oh my
Up
God!
to a
It's
damage multiplier.
the
of 20.
man's dead. The man is dead. There is
We're
no
gonna have to have a
stopping that.
talk.
That man is dead.
Magnus.
Oh
Man
my
now.
gosh. Okay. So as he lands with a sickening thud on the ground, and it's almost. That's almost the noise that you hear. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah.
And he falls past Mr. Biscuits. As he goes, he's yelling. on his way down. Mr. Biscuits waves like a maniac.
Oh Jesus!
And then
There's a
it's
paw
just
waving.
when he lands, it's almost a mist of red that splashes back up slightly, but not enough. This is almost The Boys at this point. I'm so sorry. Like, this is so bad. But we tried so hard to save these people. But he ends up
I tried so hard.
splattering.
Someone wanted to do it. Save their
Yeah, it's
reaction.
fine.
I believe so.
It's
There's
totally
very
fine.
levels of trying there.
So now we're on to we have one enforcer down. Note.
Very far down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Note. There's still that was the one that was at 71 health. They're at 0. We have one at 9 health, and then still yet one more that is at full health here. And we only have 5 of the ninjas still left. So we are now moving into
The enforcer gets to go.
the full health enforcer that is still left and the 9 health enforcer. I'm going to roll for them separately. I'm going to do the one that's near Kung Fu Spaghetti still yet. He rolls a 15. Is that enough to hit?
Oh, 15 is, yeah.
All right. So he rolls a 15. This is still just going to be a
DR2 on my
standard attack. So it's DR2. So it is 3 times 1, which is 3 plus 4 is 7 damage done directly to Kung Fu Spaghetti from one hand enforcer. The 9 health hand enforcer that is standing next to Crippler. Decides
this poor silly bastard.
that what he is going to do as a last ditch effort is going to ram into the Crippler and try to take him off the building with him.
That is fantastic because I'm going to skulk behind the 4 hit point ninja that I hit first.
There's still one left over there with you? I can't believe
Yes.
that. My God. All right. Well, 4 health point ninja is going to get absolutely trampled unless he misses on that target defense, and he does not miss. He doesn't miss.
And he goes off the edge with them.
And yeah, he ends up going and hitting the hand ninja, going at the full speed.
I
And
would
dropping.
run and just give an uncharacteristic ole.
Dropping off the side of the building. My God. But is anyone going to attempt to save them at this point?
I'm
Are
out
you
of
going to
reactions,
heroic?
or I would try.
Are you
I'm out
going
of
to stop him,
reactions.
Crippler? Oh yeah, that is right. You saved it for the skulk.
Yep.
Oh my goodness! And unfortunately, Dragoness is still kind of stuck with holding on to one because we haven't gotten back around to her just yet. And that does bring us back to the top. We have 2 enforcers down. I did not expect that to happen. I'm going to be honest. We have 2 enforcers down. One of them is still at full health. We have 5 ninjas. We are going to have Voltgeist do her roll next if she is available.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. What would you like to do?
Let's see. So we've got five ninjas left, and all the enforcers have been taken out.
One enforcer still at full health, standing next to Kung Fu Spaghetti.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we can't have that. I will use. I'll use battle plan again. All right, guys. 2 of the big guys are down. 1 left. We got 5 ninjas left to go. You guys got this. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I just now saw the clip URL. It's too good. This is Sparta. So who are you targeting with battle plan, Voltgeist?
I will target Spaghetti again,
Mhm.
so that he's got the edge against that enforcer.
Mhm.
I will target Magnus, and I will target Dragoness.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Then we are going to move into hand ninjas. I still have 5 of them are still left. My apologies, hang on. No, they're not. 4 of them are still left. The 3 that were originally standing near Magnus that have just kind of tried to figure out exactly where they were going to go, and unfortunately they're falling apart because they're seeing their leaders fall off of these buildings consistently, whether they wanted to or not.
One of them pushed himself off the building.
Yeah, that was an accident. He was aiming for you. So they're kind of falling apart. But all 3 of them who are standing next to Dragonus, still yet. No, they're not, because Dragonus is in the air with an enforcer.
Yep.
With the full health enforcer. Never mind, it's not near Spaghetti. I forgot. Dragonus has the full health enforcer suspended up in the air. So we only have the 4 ninjas that are still left.
The Spaghetti took no damage then.
Yep, Spaghetti took no damage. That is right. I had forgotten where we were at in the play. I apologize.
I forgot about
players.
getting scooped too.
It happens.
Fair.
It happens a lot.
There's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts. I'm having a hard time keeping it straight.
Yeah.
So, but the 3 ninjas that decide to kick back decide to make their movement over to Spaghetti. He has so far been the only person that they have been able to even feel confident making a scratch against. The Crippler's done nothing but dance around everyone's moves. So one of them is going to come within range of you. 2 of them are going to use their signature move, which is snap shooting at you. So 2 of them are going to snap shoot. One of them is going to attempt to do fast strikes. So I'm going to roll for them.
Can I interpose?
You can interpose, yes, sir. Well, interpose is technically for someone who is within reach. Did you used your movement after throwing? And I would assume that you went back toward Spaghetti. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll let you interpose on that. Absolutely. So what they end up doing here is they are targeting the lowest target number for this. That's on fine. The fast strikes. Melee defense, who has the lowest melee defense?
That'd be Wildwood.
13?
Or Spaghetti.
Okay, they roll a 2 and a 4 is 6. Another 6 is 12 with a fantastic. And then add in their +1 is 13. So they do connect. So as they connect, this is going to do, as you interpose Magnus, you go to stand before their blade. They bring it down because they were going to target specifically Kung Fu Spaghetti. As they bring down their blades, they make 2 close attacks on you at full damage. For them, you have DR 2, correct?
2.
So for them, it will be 6 times 1 plus 1 is 7. Because it is a fantastic, it is doubled. And that would be a
14.
14. Yep, that would be a 14 directly to Magnus. The other 2 that are deciding to do their snap shooting are going to do an agility check here. What is your agility defense?
12.
It is exactly a 12. So they end up making their snapshot go directly into you. Let me
DR2.
double check my book here. You have DR2 as well?
Yep.
Okay.
They're one tough party. I have DR2 as well.
Yeah, you guys are rough. You guys are rough.
Flexible bones.
Yep.
So they both focus you. It's a standard attack here. You'll be taking 4 plus 2 times 2 because there's 2 of them doing this to you, so that would be 12 damage that would be going into you, including your damage reduction.
Put me at 48 from 60.
All
Perfect.
right. So, and now we are into Spaghetti's turn. By the way, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to make sure that we get you a proper shout out. Thank you, ELHMK, for visiting us. We're doing Marvel Multiverse.
Given the turn order, the last guy that attacked me, what kind of attack did he do on me? Was this just a melee?
There was one that did a melee,
attack?
and Magnus interposed for it, and then there were two that did snap shooting.
Oh, they shot at me. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and with my extended reach, I'm gonna whip back my fist first, and then sling it into a guy's chest. Just throw a little extra whip on it this time.
Was it the one who
Really
meleeed?
give him the Mr. Fantastic styles. No, I'm gonna go for one of the ranged guys. If that melee guy is anywhere near Magnus, he's got his own set of issues to deal with already.
He is. He absolutely is. Let's go ahead and do a melee check for that. You connect. You
And then it'll be
100%
14.
connect. Yep.
And then 3 times 2, 6 plus 3, 9.
9 total damage. 9
Yeah.
total damage ends up still leaving him with 1 health, still standing there.
Okay.
He is wobbling though. He's woozy from the hit that came into his chest. You hit him kind of in his sternum right there on the bone that's right there, and it's kind of crushing a little bit of his lungs. He can still breathe though, but his breathing is extremely
wheezy.
labored. Yeah. And then we move into Dragonus, who is still carrying. I forgot to make the escape roll because I did an attack roll because I forgot where he was originally positioned. That is okay. We're gonna
Also, I
pretend
don't
that
know,
he is still in your hands. Dragonus, feel free to do to go ahead and release him onto the side, hanging him off the side. Now he will be considered pinned, so he can try to escape, but he will drop if he does. So
I also just wanted to remind you guys, Spaghetti, Dragonus, and Magnus, you have an edge this round. I don't know if Spaghetti utilized it on his attack turn, but you do
he
have
did
edge.
not.
Oh,
I forgot to
yeah,
remind
that's
him
right.
too.
Yeah.
Forgot about it.
Yep.
Okay, we're supposed to remember.
Yep.
Yep, I'll hug him up.
You can kill the man. It's fine. No, he's not dead. As you crush that bone directly into his actual lung, it actually gets crushed into his lung. He's not dead, but he is going to need hospitalization. He drops. All right, you go ahead and hook him up. Wonderful. He is going to try to make an escape roll either way. He fails the escape roll. Because target number at that point being hung up would have been a 12. It would have been a challenging roll. He fails the escape roll, so he does not he does not have anything happen for him. You still have the opportunity to make a movement and use a power if you would like. Letting go is a reaction, so if you'd like to make a movement and use a power, all we have are 2 of the hand ninjas that are left, and they are nearby Kung Fu Spaghetti, who you could easily make it to.
Be glad I am merciful.
He is upset, and he's cursing you, and what you can only tell is just a slew of Japanese curse words that I can't repeat here.
Turn is it?
It's Dragonus's.
Okay.
I'll fly back up.
Okay. So you're going to fly up into the sky. That will be 2 times your regular movement speed, so 12 spaces up into the sky. And what would you like to do now? You could probably use a ranged attack if you have anything ranged that you could do. Otherwise, you are parked in the sky.
Hi, Mr. Rex. Hi, handsome.
I will simple why watch.
Okay. So she is going to end her turn there. That leads us into Mr. Biscuits, who is currently down, essentially 5 flights of stairs on a fire escape. What are you doing?
I'm looking through the window. What's in there?
Oh my god! All right, so you're looking through the
They
window.
have
Let's get a logic check.
What kind of goodies do these people have? I heard they had goodies.
Oh, geez.
When I said people had goodies, I meant the hand, not the people living in the apartment building.
So
You mean I can't go looting?
as you look into the window, you really can't see anything. The windows are extremely dirty. It's a little bit dark on the inside too. You've heard really no noises like of people being there or anything like that. So your assumption is that this is more of an abandoned building, but you don't know for sure. Your target number would have been 12.
Well, and what was I rolling?
You rolled for your logic.
Oh, and I only have a 1.
Okay. Well, no, that would have qualified
Better than
then if
me.
you have a 1. That would be 12.
Yep.
So it is a success. As you look in, you see a lot of power tools that are laying around. This building is currently under construction as that stands on the inside. It looks like it's being renovated. You can't really tell exactly what for. It's no businesses. It looks more residential than anything.
Oh, I bet
Do
this
you
is
want
part
the
of one
power
of
tools?
Fisk's projects.
I mean, maybe. Somebody might want them.
All right.
Somebody might show up and be like, "Where's my power tools?"
All right. So do you want to go in?
Yeah, I think I want to go snooping. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to need you to do a melee check against the window. You need to do at least 5 damage to the window to be able to get through, and you're tiny. Oh my god. All right, your target number for that would have been just a standard. What is your melee bonus?
4.
All right, yeah, you definitely can break the window, and you rolled a 4 multiplied by your rank, which is 8 multiplied. So you break through the window, and now you can use your movement action to enter into the building.
Yeah. I'm gonna go inside.
Okay, all right.
I have my assets secured inside my pocket dimension, and I have escape aid. I'm now distracted. I'm going to go looking for goodies.
You just did a B&E,
Stuff.
man. You just did a B&E.
Hey, I said I wasn't a good guy.
You're heroic, though.
Thought we were.
That just
Mr.
means I don't
Biscuits.
murder. That just means I don't murder.
I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off your camera because I don't think we should have this on record.
All right, we are on to Crippler now, with Mr. Biscuits currently B&Eing into the building that is under construction. Crippler, we've got 2 guys left. What are you
I'm
doing?
gonna walk toward the red ninjas and calmly tell them Red was. And I'm gonna throw the hammer, trying to hit them in the face with it.
All right, so you're aiming for 1 to take out 1, correct?
Yep.
A ranged attack. All right, and you're wanting to throw the hammer. So let's go ahead and do an agility check here.
So my target should be what? 12.
Yes, it's 12.
I hit on a 13.
Oh my god.
More than a 13. Yes. On a 14 actually.
All right, let me look at this damage calculation. So it's 5 plus. So for
5 times
multiplication,
4.
plus
20.
1 on your bonus damage is what it's going to be too. So plus 1 on your bonus
25,
damage.
30 damage.
This freaking hammer comes slinging through the air at Mach 10. It seems like it's not really doing anything, but as it makes contact, it hits the ninja behind the mask in his face, and you can kind of see suddenly His teeth that were once there are embedded into the front of the mask, and he just he he drops to the ground. There is only one left. There is one person left, and we have Magnus
use a
standing
reaction?
directly in front of him. Yeah, you can use a reaction. What are you gonna do?
I just want to catch the crippler's hammer as it bounces off this guy with my extended reach, and then whip it back and hand it back to the crippler.
Okay, I'll allow it. All right, Magnus, what are you doing with the one gentleman who is still standing in front of you?
I wasn't done. It's my reaction. I said, that's how a man throws a hammer.
Is that insulting to Magnus? I think it is.
I don't think it is.
Magnus's dad is Thor. I think you just tried to insult him. That's how a real man throws a hammer, huh?
I didn't know that's how a man throws a hammer.
Magnus hears those
guys.
words. How does he react?
Well, first he's going to take this last poor fool and just kind of just grab him and headbutt him.
All right,
Just
melee check
normal
for me.
attack.
That's perfect. Melee check for me. He's dead. Describe for me how you do it, how you finish it as the last guy. This is your moment of glory. Go ahead and
He
give it to
takes
me.
his last
Speech,
ninja, just
speech.
kind of grabs him by the front, and just kind of goes, bam, headbutts him in his fucking face, snap his head back, he just falls down, and turn around to the crippler and go, that was a mighty throw, worthy of Thor.
That is so good. That is so good. And with that being said, we're going to go to a break. We've been going for a really long time. That battle took a really long time.
Before you
And
go,
I just
though,
want it noted that the storyteller is lecturing me on good guys not breaking and entering and pocketing items. But look at these guys. They're throwing people off of roofs.
Hey,
I'm
he's-
just pocketing some power tools.
We're going
He's
to talk
gonna-
about that.
You guys are going to need to have a discussion as a team about what you're okay with. So, he didn't
Before we
wreck
cut
his
to
soul, the
black.
ground did. But guys, go out and get your stretch break. Yes, sorry, Volgeist.
Oh, I was gonna say, before we cut to black, Voltgeist is gonna chime in as that final guy falls. You guys, how about Blunt Force 5?
Everybody go get your stretch breaks in. Potty break, get you a drink, get you a snack.
Where is that other one? Dragon lady.
And we'll
'Cause
wait for
we
Dragoness's
could go-
answer.
Yeah, because like we could just go get him and just kind of,
We could.
you're coming with
just
me.
let him go. Yeah, let's go to break.
retroactive dice.
Welcome back, everybody. We just wrapped up probably one of the longest battle encounters that I think we've had in this game so far, and I want to congratulate my heroes on a job done. On a job done. Good job, everybody.
Maybe not well.
It was done though, and we have Mr. Biscuits the Flurkin currently committing larceny, and the rest of our heroes are still on the rooftop. We're gonna go ahead and resume from there. And I'm going to ask Mr. Biscuits, what are you doing now that you've gotten in there and you've decided to steal all the power tools from these poor construction workers that have left them on site?
I'm going to unmask. Oh, sorry.
That should teach them to not leave their stuff. This isn't exactly a good neighborhood. And for crying out loud, this is Hell's Kitchen, New York. What were they thinking about leaving valuable power tools laying around
In a locked building?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, so
alien
what? I
cats are
broke a
gonna steal
window
that.
to get in here, you know. So I'm presuming there's nothing of interest or of note left in here.
It's just a construction site with some power tools that were there but are no longer there. They are inside the pocket dimension with Mr. Asahi.
Bounced off that dude's head. Power drill.
It's like, oh my god, what have I done?
This guy who is like now in my pocket dimension, and suddenly like these power tools come like flying by, and he's like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, you told him not
So-
to touch your shinies, so.
he did.
Could
He
we-
got told not to touch my stuff.
Can we
Uh,
recover the one last guy and gather everybody up somewhere?
Yeah, you can go ahead and pull him up from the side of the building that Dragonus has left him on.
I'm going to unmask all these ninjas, and I'm going to use my phone camera to take pictures of their unconscious faces, so I can make a wall of them later, so I can recognize them out in public.
I understand.
And make,
Jesus.
Let me write that in my notes.
Wow. Wow.
It's his murder
I
one.
will find you.
Meanwhile, Mr. Biscuits, having had now taken everything of note inside, I'm going to come back out the window that I busted.
All right, so
Mr. Biscuits touching his ear, even though he doesn't have to, but he saw people do this on TV. Mr. Biscuits, we've killed all the villains.
over communications, we've killed maybe one of the villains, and we'll talk about that.
Well,
What does Mr. Biscuits do? Are you staying down there?
And narrator,
Mhm.
how many did they kill? For
t-
clarification.
One was murdered. One of them accidentally killed himself and a friend in the
Two
process of
friends.
tackling off
killed-
the side
he
of a
killed-
building. Oh
he
yeah,
killed
and then
two
he
friends.
sliced one in half. So technically, there are
yes.
4 that are dead.
There are 4 that
There
are
are
dead.
4 that are dead.
But we are only responsible for one of them.
So not
That's definitely on us.
So not exactly one, but also not exactly all. Yeah, so if everybody is now dealt with, Mr. Biscuits is gonna work his way back upstairs.
All right. So
Yeah.
With the assets.
as you find your way back up, you notice that there's a gutter that you can easily climb. You're athletic. You're a cat. You jump to the gutter. You climb your way up the gutter and back onto the rooftop with the assets and the asset in hand. One man still dangling off the side of the building. So what do you do? What do you do, heroes?
I walk up to Magnus and I regurgitate the man that he threw at me, and then I say,
Here's your Mr. Man back. I kept him safe.
As
well done, Mr. Biscuits.
he tumbles out of your mall onto the rooftop, he is still covered in saliva, and he stands up and he takes a gasping breath of air, fresh air, because he's just breathing inside of Mr. Biscuits the entire time, and it smells like cat breath. The inside does, and he takes a deep breath, and he wipes the saliva from his eyes, and as he flicks his fingers out, he opens his eyes and he looks around and he just blinks very quickly because the light is a little bit harsh on his face from the sunrise beginning, and he looks around and all of the hand ninjas are unconscious, and one of them completely sliced in half, and he's surprised. But at the same time, it's nothing that he hasn't seen before, and he's thankful. And he says to you, all of you, as he looks at you,
I'll raise a wing up to block the sun.
he bows deeply,
Aw.
and he says, thank you. Thank you. And as he leans back up, he begins to run for the stairwell that you guys were originally at. Before Magnus, let somebody see an exit. Does anyone try to stop him?
Oh yeah.
Crippler, describe how you stop him.
I spider jump and land on his knee. I don't try to break his knee, but I try to land on the back of his knee to bring him down.
He drops down. His leg drops down. His knee hits the roof pavement, and he kind of stumbles. And as he stumbles, his hands hit the roof, and he says, "Look, I have information on these guys. If you'll allow me to explain, I apologize. I don't. Are you guys with Shield?
Can I get an ID on this guy?
You recognize him as Asa Asahi. You can pull up extra information on him if you would like. You can run a logic check to see if you could pull up any extra information on this gentleman.
Perhaps we should return this guy, the last of the enforcers, and this guy to our electronic friend.
What is your logic bonus?
10 plus 6.
Oh, that's easy. You do pull up a pretty thorough file on the man. He has several times been imprisoned by the New York City police, detained at the Raft. On times he's not super powered. You know that he doesn't have any extra powers, but you see his affiliation is Yakuza. You see that he has a wife. He has 2 children. You also find out that he has been working as one of the heads of a Yakuza family here in the city for the last 5 years, and he is tied to several burglaries, taking valuable assets and artwork from various high-end collectors. Known people that he's robbed: Wilson Fisk, Danny Rand of Rand Enterprises, and a numerous laundry list of other villains and art collectors that are recognizable within the city.
Okay, that's a lot of information. Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm going to pass on to the team that this guy is known Yakuza, and he is clearly caught up in some of the thefts that the hand has been doing here in Hell's Kitchen.
I'm not a thief.
When she says that, I actually grab his hair, top of his head, and I keep my knee on his knee to hold him down. I let him speak, but I kind of hold him back like a can opener. I yank his head back.
Please, sir.
A little bit so he can talk.
I was an informant for them. I wasn't. I didn't know that they were going to ambush me here. My men.
I've worked with Fury before.
My friends. They're gone now. Look, the hand is preparing to raise an army. Please let me go.
Yeah, I'm guessing it has something to do with that scary sword you probably stole from them and the superheroes that have been going missing.
Look, they have resources. They know how to use them. I've just been giving them information on where to find artifacts and relics for years. I didn't expect them to get their hands on the ghost blade of Uri.
Well, all that information you've been giving to them, you're now going to give to us.
Gladly. If you'll let me live.
Make sure you don't leave out any of the details. I happen to know your home address and where your kids go to school. Just saying.
And I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna whisper to him so no one else can hear it. I don't want your kids on disability.
He lets out a long sigh. Look, I wanted to meet you. I told you guys I wanted to meet. I had information. Let me go for just a second. I'll stay. Just let me go. I'll talk.
I release his head.
And it slams and it hits the ground. And he kind of rolls over.
Despite appearances, we are not ones to casual murders.
I point over to the guy cut over and have to. That wasn't me.
Let's hope he doesn't look over the edge.
Back at the base about the other guy, though, Magnus. I'm just saying.
Perhaps we should discuss this back at someplace not a roof.
Since we're giving out free advice, I really recommend, Mr. Man, maybe you should quit smoking. It makes you taste bad.
He kind of hears that, and he's just absolutely dumbfounded that anyone would even ever bring that up. And he doesn't retort because he doesn't feel safe because the crippler's standing over his body right now. But know that in his head he is thinking, eating people is not good either, and he's freaking out just internally. But he looks at you guys, and he says, I know where they are performing these rituals for all of these artifacts and relics that I've handed over to them, essentially. I know I said I had a lot of information. That is the only information that I've got right now, is where it's at.
Oh,
and
but
if
you
you
have
wanna
so much more information than that. You can tell us exactly what you stole for them.
Better not be Mysterio.
I haven't stolen anything. I just told them where to find it. There's a blade
then,
that is known as the Ghost Blade of Uri.
you know
It's
about
taken
the
from
Ghost
Rand
Blade.
Enterprises. This blade is cursed. Any person who grabs it, who holds it, can become a vessel of what they call the beast. And I don't know what else they intend to do with it. I've not been responsible for the kidnappings, but I will tell you this much, it's made my job a lot easier in this city. I think what they are planning to do is bind that blade to one of the people that they have taken. The hideout that they've been doing these rituals in, it's out on Pier 90 on the Hudson. There's a warehouse. I don't exactly know what they plan to do, but I know it can't be. And as soon as he gets that information out to you, a knife flies through the air, comes whirring by, striking the man right in the center of the chest.
Can I, with my spider senses, can I try to reach out and grab it with an agility check?
You weren't the one
It's
in
up to
danger,
you.
right? You weren't the one in danger.
Yeah, I'm just seeing.
So, you can attempt to.
Little
I'll
too
tell you
late.
what, because you weren't the one in danger, you were not prepared for it, but accounting for your spider sense, I will let you make a 16 target number to try to
I was
catch
thinking
that.
16.
16 target number. All right, here we go.
It is
Okay,
an
so that
agility
is-
check.
That is an agility check. So that is nope. That's only 12. Okay.
The knife strikes the man right in the chest. Blood starts pouring out. He goes to look down, but before he can look down, two more immediately follow with precision. One in his left eye, and one that cuts off his ring finger. His finger thuds onto the ground, and on it was a very ornate ring that clatters across the rooftop. You can go ahead and try to re-roll again. We're getting some edge. You want to roll it again?
Nah, I think the one getting him in the eye was enough to.
The ring clatters across the rooftop. Does anyone look to see where the blade come from?
Yeah.
Another rooftop. Across the street. If you look to see where the blade came from, you notice a man running on a nearby rooftop.
Oh, time out. Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry. I didn't see that he spent points on that.
Yeah, I can
Let me
return them
re-roll
to
that.
him.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
15.
So 16. So
Yep,
just
so I
a
still
miss.
fail.
Dang, close.
But it confesses it was me. But as you
Yeah, I'm a villain.
look across the street on another rooftop, there is a man that is running. He wears all black, but it is unmistakable who he is.
Can we try to catch him?
You can attempt to catch him. On his head is a giant white target. It's Bullseye. He's fleeing and
Bullseye.
fast. You don't have much time. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna fly, try and ram him.
let's go ahead and roll for initiative. For
Oh,
this.
boy, here we go.
I'm still in the sky, heading right for him.
Can I grab that ring?
Double
You can
edge.
grab that ring.
I will do so before rolling this here initiative.
Oof. Reroll those
Fine.
2 ones. And
11. No bonus.
16.
All right, I got a 13. No bonus. We had Crippler get 11. We had Mr. Biscuits get 16. We
I think Biscuit's
had...
going for quickness.
What else did we have here? We had
10 for
Magnus
me.
get
Magnus.
12.
Yeah, I got a 6 on that.
That was pretty
on this
good.
guy.
That was
Yeah.
pretty good. Spaghetti, what did you get? You got a 13, you said?
10, I think it was.
Oh, you don't have any vigilance?
Oh, I do 12. It'll be 12 then.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 11.
Voltgeist, you rolled... What's your vigilance plus that?
I rolled an 11, so with my initiative modifier, that's 14.
I rolled a 10, nerd one.
Okay. Oh, you rolled a 10? I had you down on 11. Okay. And then Dragonus rolled a 12 plus vigilance, which I think is 2, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. So no. It is a nothing. So you rolled a 12. Crippler, Mr. Biscuits, Magnus, Spaghetti, Voltgeist, Dragonus. Have I missed anybody? I don't think I have.
Dang it. I thought when we were going to be like, Wolverine. I missed Wolverine. He's in the tag down there. So is Spider-Man. When's Spidey Boy showing up?
Narrator?
Ask for
Magnus?
the narrator. You are the narrator.
Yes, narrator, please. Actually, it's
Todd?
Spaghetti, Magnus. Oh, Voltgeist.
Observer.
Narrator, Voltgeist, Spaghetti, Magnus, Dragonus, and Crippler. Okay. All right. So he is approximately in this part of town. The roads are about 60 feet wide, so it's 20 spaces to jump from rooftop to rooftop. Your flyers are going to be your best bet to try to catch up. Just to give you guys some battle advice. If we were in like full on downtown, it would be closer to 35 spaces to be able to get over there. But he is at a good distance. So, we're going to start with Mr. Biscuits. What are you looking to do?
Since I was at Magnus's feet, I'm going to spring up into his arms and
Yoink. I've got a kitty.
Throw me.
Okay, this is tiny. So, what is your throw distance with a tiny object if you're treated 2 sizes bigger?
Let's see. I was just looking at that.
Is this the what did we call this last time? Whenever we slingshot,
The hairball.
Hairball special instead of the
Special, yeah.
fastball special. This is the
That
hairball
is 10.
special.
Throwing range is 10 plus 2 for the mighty would be 12.
Oh, she's gonna land in the middle of the street and splat again like that one dude. I don't know if you want to do that.
It sounds like he's pretty far away. I don't know. I don't think he's.
I don't think he's catchable.
All of us getting into the other building. I mean, Magnus could get over there. Dragonus.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The rest of us get
But
some elevator music.
if he
Oh, wait.
starts his movement and chunks me as he's flying his way over there,
Yeah.
He can carry you, and then
We can go 5, yeah.
yeah, he can carry you. He can actually fly.
The thing is,
for his,
I can fly with her. It's
10
she's
spaces.
tiny, and I shift basically to. It ends up being 10. So.
Yep, it's 10 spaces. You could probably technically throw her if you used one movement and then initiated a hairball special.
Yeah. That would get her 22.
That would get her
basically.
there. That would at least get her to the rooftop that he's on.
Yeah. And I'll snatch up basically grab the crippler by the harness thing. And I've got her and just kind of fly across and yeet her as we get as close as I can.
I reach out spaghetti style and grab the back of his leg.
Yeah.
What is it? You're 10
And just
times your reach,
slingshot
so
myself.
30 feet. So you could technically reach over to him. I would allow you to do. Well, hold on. Do you have any? I'm trying to think of how we would do this the easiest for you as a player. Do you have like swing line or anything like that?
Yeah, swinging as a movement power would be great for Spaghetti Man.
Don't.
Okay, without swing
see
line, I
here.
don't think you'd be able to safely do that.
It's web swing.
Web swinging and
Spider
swing
power.
line is another one because Daredevil has swing line.
Well, he's going to fly over to the other building, right?
He's not going to make it all the way yet. He will eventually
Not
fly
gonna
over to
make
the
it.
other building.
Well, I wasn't trying to like use him as a
You'll
swing
cut
point
his
to make the gap.
you'll
I
cut
was just
his
like,
flight speed in half though, so it may take him 3 turns to get over there, but instead of 2.
gosh, that might be a bit much. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. I'll just wait until my turn to do something else.
All right. So Mr. Biscuits has climbed up onto Magnus,
I
and then
Got her in a hand.
He's going to be ready whenever he gets the chance. What Bullseye is going to continue doing is he is going to continue his run. He's just going to use both of his things as movement. He is going to move 10 spaces, getting ready to try to jump across the alleyway here in a moment, to be able to cross onto a building that's just a bit lower than where he's at.
Okay, out of character.
Mhm.
Do we have a chance of catching this guy?
I would say
or is
I
this-
would say Dragonus and Magnus absolutely do.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of the vibe I was getting. It's like I don't think my pasta is getting over to that other roof.
And now knowing that you're looking at throwing Mr. Biscuits, I would say yes on that too. Mr. Biscuits is a high possibility of being able to catch him too.
You guys got this.
Mr. Biscuits will arrive at him first. Let me be clear.
That could be
Mr.
dangerous
Biscuits
for
is going to go for containment.
Just got to slow him down.
Yeah, swallow him. Get on the elevator. We'll meet you at the lobby.
Yeah. So
Bring
me
He's going to be
snacks.
slippery, so he's probably going to break loose, but that's fine. It's going to take him time.
That's true. We are talking bullseye.
We are into Voltgeist. What do you want to do? Voltgeist could also do something. Don't know just what
Yeah,
yet.
she's in drones right now, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Her
all I
drones
can
are
really
standard
do
run speed,
is...
but she pretty much has control of the city in a lot of ways, you know?
Yeah, all I can really do at this point is like inspire someone or give them edge, unless there's some sort of equipment
I see you talking,
in his
but I can't
way
hear
that
you
I
on
can
Discord
maybe...
side.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, my audio went wonky there for a second.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the crowd could hear me though, because I still had it unmuted in Video Ninja.
They could.
So let's see. Yeah, unless there is a way that me giving them edge can help. But if there's some sort of
Block all the
maybe
doors.
construction equipment or something in the way that I can block him with, something I might be able to hack. We're in a construction area.
Do a vigilance check for me to see what may be nearby.
Crane. That'd be sick.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set that target number at, I didn't get to get it out, but I'm gonna set that target number at because we are in combat and you're having to think fast. I'm not gonna make it a regular challenging. It's gonna be one step up at a 14. So adding in your vigilance, what did you end up getting?
12. So I'm under, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Shoot. Okay.
Do you have any karma you can use?
Yeah,
I can help.
spend
I
karma.
do have karma.
And
I
Zeg
can
could
help.
help. Zeg
I can help. I can
do
make a reaction
to
to
help.
help. Yep. I point
Fantastic.
something out. Get that crane.
Go for his knees.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
re-roll.
anything I can hack to drop
re-roll
something in his
your-
way, stop him where he's at.
Go ahead and re-roll your lowest, which was that Marvel dice of 2.
That's Siri. Get the crane.
Okay, there we go. Now
got
you've been able to successfully look around the city. As it stands, there is no crane, but what you do notice is that what you do notice on the tops of the buildings, kind of littered around are steam vents. If you would like to, I will allow you to do a logic check to try to hack into these steam vents. These are hot steam vents. These are not going to be cold. These are going to be hot steam vents that are going to do damage and could possibly burn him on a fantastic success, which could slow him down. He is right near one as it stands. Let's go ahead and do a logic check.
Perfect. Let's hack that system.
Oh my god.
I think you might have got it.
Source.
You did.
Nice.
You absolutely did. So
with my logic bonus, that's a 21.
That is a 21, and it's a fantastic. So, as you hack into the city steam release vents, you release this built-up steam that's just been kind of flowing through the area there to kind of heat all of the housing, and you focus it all into one building, and it comes out as he was making his escape to get ready to jump. The steam shoots up into his face, and it ends up burning him. Now he is not in a on fire status, but he is currently burned, which is going to give additional damage to that. So that is a Marvel dice. Multiplied by what I am going to do is I'm going to functionally put this as a melee. Your melee is 0 for the bonus on that, right?
Yeah, it's just a standard ×2 for my rank, no plus.
Okay, we are going to give it +5 because this is a burn, and so you are going to have a +5 on the burn condition there, +5 damage. So what is your multiplier on a melee? Is multiplied by 2, correct?
Just 2. Yep.
Okay, so that is a Marvel dice ×2 +5. So that's 6 times 2 is 12 plus 5 is 17 damage done to Bullseye there.
Nice.
All right.
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
So he's kind of halted as far as that goes. He has stopped. He's rubbing his eyes. He's rubbing his face. He's trying to soothe the burn, but there's just nothing that he has on his person to be able to deal with that. So
I've slowed him down, guys. Get him quick.
all right. Okay. We are now going to be moving into Spaghetti. What are you doing, my good sir?
I am going to start going down the fire escape the side of the building.
All right. 2 movements. That will take you down 10 spaces. Do you have anything like... You said you have sturdy, correct?
No. I have damage reduction, but that's flexible bones. Not
Flexible
sturdy.
bones. Okay, I understand. Okay. So
But I mean, I could kind of like, I could get down with haste because I could take some impact with flexible bones. I could drop more floors than a normal person, of course.
yeah, do you want to land street level? Or do you want to kind of jump off and grab a hold of a fire escape as you're going down?
Yeah, that sounds cooler. Do a little
Okay.
spaghetti noodle descent off grabbing fire escape stuff.
Okay, we'll let you
I'll
use
use
that.
both my movements to get to ground level if that's cool.
Yeah, that's totally
There's
okay.
probably cables and all kinds of stuff in between buildings
Yep,
anyway.
and
Especially
you
if they're working
you
on
have
it
10
currently,
times
so-
your reach, right? So you can kind of let
Yeah.
yourself down. So
That's what I was thinking.
you kind of let yourself down gently as you're coming down, and you get to ground level. All right, and then we are going to go to Magnus. Magnus, you currently are still on the rooftop because you haven't moved just yet. Mr. Biscuits jumped up into your arms. What are you going to do?
Did the crippler want to go or
I'll
or
go
not?
with you. I'll go with you.
Okay.
It will
I'm gonna
slow
snatch
his...
up-
If you pick him up, it will slow your flight speed down by half. So that means it will take you 3 turns to get over there instead of 2. And you won't be able to do the hairball special because you won't close the distance. Mr. Biscuits would land on the side of the building.
Okay. So, well, I'll just take Mr. Biscuits and go as fast as possible.
Okay. So you're gonna use 1 movement to be able to get to the midpoint between you and the next building, and then you want to go ahead and enact your fastball, your hairball special with her. Is that correct?
Can I double move and get there?
I think. How would you guys roll that, heroes?
Not if you wanted to do the hairball special.
Yeah,
I
you
could just-
could
I
double
could
move
just
and get
release
there,
her.
but you won't be able to do anything. You can double move and get there. You'll be on the building with him, and he will be 10 spaces away from you at that point.
The hairball special is a reaction, though, right?
It is a reaction, and that's why
So
I was
he could-
asking,
he
how
could
would you
move-
want to
he
do
could
that?
use his double movement, and then Tenderly could use her reaction.
Well,
The
the
hairball
see,
special.
the double movement is the standard action. So I don't know if it just depends on.
That's
when
right, exactly.
timing-
It'll burn all of Retired's action points, but then Tindy could use her reaction to her.
Yes, that
Mhm.
would be true, and you'd be able to actually like
There's
guarantee
2
that you
people
hit him.
either one can activate the hairball
That's
special.
probably a better route to do that if you want to try to have
But
any
the-
chance
but
to
the
take him
tr-
down.
But the trigger for a hairball special is the actual attack.
An
it's-
ally
it's- it
throws
would-
or fires the character at an enemy, and the ally succeeds on their agility check.
It would be two. It would be 2
Mm.
standard actions to move 10, move the full double speed, and make the attack.
Yeah.
Because the thrower is the initiator from us. No. Hold
I forgot about
on.
the trigger.
So basically,
Wait. Hold on. If I double move, that'll put me to him, and then I could just
that will put you on the
use-
building with him, and
I
then
could just release him. I could just
Yep.
release her, and
yes,
then we're both there.
yes.
She can still act.
That is the correct way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
So
no
yeah, I'm
hairball
gonna book
special.
it at full speed, get there, and basically drop her as I'm winding up for a. But
right at his feet.
Another option is to ram him. Just to let you know, you're on the building with him.
Yeah.
You've used both your movements going full speed. You could try to ram him.
I could try and ram him. And then
that'd
she
be
could
your
just.
reaction.
Yep.
Do you want to do that as
That
your
would be-
reaction?
Sure. And then I could, just.
You might polterize man, my cat. Is so loud.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We're gonna
Um,
try and blast him in.
all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use your reaction to make a close attack against the enemy that you have attempted to move up to. So we're going to have you go in your full speed in a straight line toward the target as your standard action for the additional movement to move right up to the target. So what I need you to do is I need you to do a melee check against Bullseye's melee defense. Your target number right now is a 14.
Does he have any negatives for being burned and going, ah?
He won't be rolling on this, but he also won't be moving right now. He's stationary. Oh my god.
I'm gonna use, yeah. Let me use a karma to roll re-roll the one if I
All
could.
right.
There's a point. There's not really a point. You hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, all I need to do is hit it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You just
got a
need to hit
marble
it.
die.
You
You're gonna
got
do triple
Okay.
damage.
You got an 11 plus your melee bonus, which I know is like a 4, so you definitely hit. And you've done triple damage. So he has no damage reduction. So it is your entire 6 times your multiplier.
This only has
6.
1 damage reduction.
Oh wait, my apologies. He does have 1 damage reduction. I was
does
looking
have
at the
one.
focus. I was looking at the focus damage reduction. My apologies. Thank you.
So
So he has 1 damage
4
reduction. So it's 4 times whatever your multiplier is plus whatever your bonus is.
So my Marvel die was how do I do this? So
So
6
6 times 4
Mm-hmm.
is
Is your
Plus-
multiplier 4 standardly, or is your multiplier 5?
it's 4. It's 4.
He has a damage reduction of 1, so it would be 6 times 3 now. is the way
6
that it
times
would work.
3. So 18 plus 7.
Mm-hmm. 18 plus 7, and that would be, oh my god, 25 times 3
Mhm.
is 75 damage, which is enough to fully incapacitate the man. He starts to drop as you've tackled him, and you've tackled him to the ground. You get up. I would assume you dust yourself off just a little bit. And
No,
he's-
I get to the ground and grab him and haul back to hit him if he moves. Doesn't move or anything.
He goes to look up at you, and he's addled, and his vision's finally clearing from the burns that he just had. And right before he goes unconscious, he looks at you, and he points and he says, "You will all see. You've been marked." Pointing directly at Magnus. The fight is over almost as quickly as it began. Some of you endured pain, but it'll pass. The sun fully begins to rise. The light is shining through the streets, glistening off of the wet pavement. It's almost hopeful. But then you remember Asa. Hell's Kitchen isn't done with you yet. You've still got plenty of work to do. You've got a location near Pier 90. The wind is pushing the clouds out, and it picks up the pace. The city is a rumble of people and cars. What do you do?
I take the elevator down from the building I'm still on.
Knock him out. Bam. Just knock him out. Just be done.
His head whips to the side. He's fully unconscious.
Call the police, and let them know about the bodies on the roof.
Field
Tell them
is
to call
already
it
on their
in.
way to take care of that. Don't worry, guys.
Don't they have a boat or something for criminals of this kind?
They'll be taken in by Shield. They'll know what
They
to
have a
do with
nice
them.
raft.
Yes, raft.
Where are we going?
Warma.
Warma. I've
Shawarma.
heard of this.
Oh man, I wish I could join you guys for a shawarma.
What is a shawarma?
Oh, it's this like delicious, yummy wrap with yummy roasted meats and yummy cheeses and sauce. And I can't even make myself hungry, and I'm hungry.
Should we do that after we hand this criminal over to the shield?
That's probably
Oh.
best.
Hold on. Eventually, I get up there. Before we do that, let's make sure he doesn't throw anything in it for a while.
Oh my god. All right. You're going to assault this unconscious man?
He's gonna break his fingers with the ball peen hammer.
It's fine. It's fine. That's heroic, right?
People don't even use fingers.
They will be taking him to the raft, guys. I don't think you need to worry about him throwing anything anytime soon. Just saying.
He just wants a reason to break this.
No, we're not breaking his yeast, just his fingers.
My bad.
Leave him his pinky.
Mr. Biscuits, do you think he has any good?
I'd love to search his pocket.
Was just lying there, right?
What's the matter, Nerdwire?
What's your ego defense, Magnus?
Nothing. Loot that body. Can I loot that body?
As you guys are discussing what you are hoping to do, Magnus, you're struck by an odd feeling. It's woozy. It's a feeling similar to vertigo. Your vision begins to go black and a voice echoes within your head. You who touched the ghost blade of your eye. How dare you try to take such power for yourself, you worthless ant. You shall see what true power is. Once the words stop, you see in your mind's eye a woman of Asian descent. She's dressed in a black leotard. Red ribbons cross her body. Her hair is raven black with highlights of purple. Her eyes are glowing even though they are closed, and out of them leaks a purple-pink fog. This gives way to a ghostly green, almost blue mist escaping her closed eyelids. Her arms, once crossed over her chest, extend, and in her hands 2 blades. Only one that you recognize. The ghost blade of Ure. Its obsidian and silver blade glints in the darkness and spews a black mist coating the floor, and around her are several hand mystics, Electra, Bullseye, and a face that you can't quite make out. She rises effortlessly from a table that she was laying on, and as she floats upward to her feet, 2 hand mystics drape her in ceremonial hand garb. She raises the blade up into the sky. Above her are cave-like stalactites. Blood flows around her feet. Behind her, a dojo. It's cold. Everyone's chanting is causing a small white fog to form on top of the black mist that is oozed from the blade onto the ground. You listen in, trying to concentrate through the fog, and you hear them saying, Psylocke, the vessel, empowers us now. Psylocke, the vessel, empowers us now. You snap back to reality. And Magnus, you're overcome with fatigue.
What's a Psylocke? Ugh.
Psylocke? What are you talking about, Magnus?
I had a vision of somebody got into my head. There were mystics and blood, and says Psylocke is empowered. And she had 2 blades. One was the blade that we were looking for, and the other I don't know.
You guys, this could be real bad news. Psylocke is an extremely
Minor
powerful
villainous.
mutant.
Would
Mr.
you like
Biscuits continues looking through Bullseye's
His
pockets.
pockets.
to... Thief.
prefer kleptomaniac.
How many knives have you found so far?
Mr. Storyteller, how many have I found?
Oh, you know,
here.
there's kind of like it's almost imagine like a belt of bullets, but instead of bullets, it's knives. Like, it's just knives and a full
bandolier
deck
of
of
knives.
playing cards as well. And then finally, he has a thing of pepper spray, just chilling out. He doesn't use it to
I
spray
like this
people. He just
bullseye.
throws it at people.
I like this bullseye as you described him.
No half measures. You just continue breaking
I
his
take it
fingers.
off. It is now mine.
Take off his mask. Get a picture of him. Put it on my wall.
The scrapbook's going to be amazing.
Well, it's not for a scrapbook. It's so we see them out in public.
It's for the scrap heap. Oh man.
Crippler, I'd just like to point out that if you're ever taken in for your crimes, the police are going to find that photo cache and you're going to get charged with a whole
It's a
lot of
scrapbook.
yeah. There's a whole lot of crimes there.
Hey,
Nelson
Probably
and
best
Murdoch
not to
are
leave a
for.
digital trail.
Ow!
That's what Nelson and Murdoch are for.
Nelson and Murdoch.
Oh man, let's get Daredevil
That's
in on
right.
this case, guys.
Avocados at law.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do tonight before we
No,
call it
we'll
a
probably
session?
just get these guys turned in and probably head towards that dock
Shawarma.
warehouse thing.
Shield will be here in less than 2 minutes.
So you guys dive off of the building very athletically. You know, Magnus carries Crippler and Spaghetti down.
Doesn't need to carry me. I can
Mr.
walk down the
Biscuits.
building.
That's true.
I walk-
You,
Oh,
yeah,
man,
you
I
have
can
wall
walk.
crawling. I totally
Wall
forgot about
crawling.
that. It's been such a not thing for so long. I forgot you had wall crawling. But you guys go off into the sunrise looking for the nearest shawarma place. Unfortunately, last week, Voltgeist destroyed the construction of the shawarma place that was getting ready to be built next to Sakura Club. So you can't go there. But
Go over to Queens. We'll find something.
absolutely. But that is where this session ends this evening. You guys made a lot of progress in terms of knowledge gained and had some really, really good battles.
Yes.
You know, I will tell you guys, I had quite a bit planned, and I realized throwing so many people at you guys that it took up a lot more time than I expected it to. So if there's one thing that I would say I didn't necessarily like, it was the length of combat tonight. But I hope you guys felt at least a little more threatened and had to think a little bit more outside of the box with some of these things. Oh, you hush, Crippler. You hush. Don't worry. It's a coming. It's a coming. But that's one thing that I didn't necessarily love about tonight. As far as what I did like, I feel like we're starting to get a little bit of a team dynamic of people. Where last week, you guys are just finding yourselves. There's a little bit of a team dynamic that's starting to form now, and you guys are kind of working together and trying to work in those reactions. And I think that's freaking awesome. As far as my favorite role play from tonight, the amount of oblivious that Magnus has when he is just doing things is pretty dang good. Like, it is pretty dang good. It's just no value for the fragility of human life. He's too busy like being an Asgardian and kind of growing up that way and not really seeing everybody as like, oh, some of these people are made of glass. And then as far as like my favorite scene tonight, gosh, also, let me just say, I appreciated the use of Skulk from the Crippler as much as he
that
did.
was beautiful.
Oh man, Atari Beer Pong, thank you for bringing that raid over. We are nearing the end of tonight's TTRPG, but I have a bunch of wonderful people here who are amazing. And if I can get one of my mods to throw a shout out for Atari Beer Pong in there, that would be great.
I'm on it.
Thank you.
Skulk, yeah.
But the use of Skulk was so good tonight, and like you used it extremely effectively. To the point that, we had a man get cut in half. We had another guy get knocked off of the side of a building, killing his friend. It was something absolutely crazy, insane, just to see that kind of unfold. But that's where I stand. We're gonna go clockwise, and we're gonna start with Voltgeist tonight. Favorite experience tonight? What did you like? What didn't you like? Hit me with it.
Oh man, it was great to just be like feeling like part of the team tonight. I actually got to participate in combat. I got to mess up Bullseye. Like I really wasn't expecting that, so that was really awesome.
It made a difference.
Yeah,
It did, because you
was
would
really
not
stoked
have
that that
killed
worked
him
out.
or made him unconscious, rather, Magnus, if Voltgeist had not pre-set him up to get burned. And I had to think of a unique way to do that, because it's very different. They don't really give good calculations for that in here. It's always physical damage or range damage, and it's like, okay, well, I've got environmental damage that's happening, and she got it, and she rolled fantastically. I had to give her that, so it was good.
I appreciate it. I felt like a real member of the team in that moment, and I'm really loving playing Voltgeist. She's a bit of a quandary to the team so far. If they haven't figured it out yet, she's young. Wow. This is her first time being in charge of anything, and she's super excited to be working with everybody. She's just waiting to hear somebody come up with the team name. So it was a lot of fun. And I gotta say, best role play of the evening in my mind was Tindy just being like, oh, they've got the fight, let me go straight for larceny. It was so Mr. Biscuits.
It's freaking awesome. Zed, what was your recap? What'd you like, what didn't you like, and favorite role play, favorite scene?
Oh, my favorite scene was a long combat, but it was a good combat. It ran, it ran as smooth as I thought it could run, especially for it's really only your fourth time doing combat, really, if you think about it. So you did really well with it. It was really well paced. It went a little long, but there was just a lot going on. Favorite role play? I want to give it to Magnus for just being completely oblivious. I loved it. And to Kung Fu Spaghetti for trying to save the guy. Thought that was great.
It was a good try.
I could have helped, but I really wanted to save it for the skulk that ended killing up two other guys, so I was pretty good. I had fun describing battle damage and battle attacks tonight. It was some good times. Yeah, that's it. It was a good time. You did good,
awesome.
Man.
Thank you, Mr. Biscuits.
Oh my goodness. I first off, I definitely have to agree with Nerded Art, because right now Mr. Biscuits doesn't really have a lot that she can contribute outside of like swallowing people, and so then Magnus was like, if you're gonna swallow somebody, swallow this person we're supposed to be protecting, and ta-da. And I was like, okay, well, now I can't go and swallow bad guys. I'm going to be pitting bad guys in there with the guy that we're supposed to be protecting. I can't do that. And it's like, okay, so I need to move away. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm not in danger anymore. How about a little B&E then? And that's completely your fault. You were the one who was like, hey, maybe you're not exactly a good guy. And I was like, well, okay, fine. And it's actually really a lot of fun, where I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm not a bad guy, but if it's not nailed down, I will totally pocket it. I mean, I've got a pocket of like unending capacity. I will take it all. So that's been really a lot of fun. I was a little not Mr. Biscuits, but me. I was like, dude, they're like chunking people off of buildings, Dang.
No.
It's getting
no
cereal
they.
up there.
There's no they.
It's getting cereal up there, Here, let me go do some B&E.
Oh man. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Oh goodness, retired. What did you like? What didn't you like? And favorite roleplay, favorite scene?
Let's see. I liked that we got to be badasses.
Mhm.
You know, we dealt with a large number of people that were it definitely slowed us down. I thought it was great that Magnus, not even thinking, is just like, silly mortal, get out of the way. I'm gonna go tangle with these guys. Doesn't even think about it. Just kind of just throws, dude. And Spaghetti's like, whoa.
Pretty dang good. It was pretty dang good.
That was good. I don't like the use of assassin type things and things that we have no way of reacting to.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of not something that I usually care for. If we have a way of somehow reacting to it, the assassins are always dangerous in RPGs,
Right.
because it's like, ta-da, haha, I'm going to do something that there's nothing you can do about. That's like, well, that sucks. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, Bullseye is a fucking assassin. I mean, straight up. So, and he's a big name. So
Yeah.
I'd say if Bullseye had been targeting the Crippler, for instance, I absolutely probably would have lowered that target number to defend, but because his spider sense, operating off of, when he's in danger, let's put it that way, the reaction time was a little less. And I didn't make it absurd difficulty, it was still within range for him, but I understand it. And that's the thing that I was afraid of running into again, where like last week, we saved Electra. She had some plot armor there for a little bit, and I didn't want to do that all over again. And that's part of the reason why, like, I started to say no to the Crippler on defending, but I was like, no, hold on, I don't want to do this again where I have a situation where they have no opportunity to be heroic. So
but you yes-anded, so it's fine. Yeah,
that's I want to avoid doing that as much as possible, and surprise is half of the Marvel canon in a lot of ways. Getting surprised, like, here's a surprise attack. Oh no, and here we are, and didn't expect you to be there. So I think there are going to be times, but I understand it, and I think it's a valid criticism, and something I'm trying to take note of as I'm developing this story and making sure that I'm not either killing people that don't necessarily need to be killed, or either saving people that don't need to be saved narratively. So
yeah, I think as a entry level GM, it's still stellar.
Thank
you.
you.
I mean, mind-bogglingly good. So yeah, it's.
Thank you. Saki, do you have something ready? Do you want me to move to Spaghetti, or are you ready?
I'm sick, so focusing is hard, but I love the RP mixed into battle. I enjoyed beating an enforcer with no damage.
That was the other thing, is like Saki absolutely just picked somebody up and went, okay, well, we're just gonna lay them down over the edge here. That guy is still hanging there, by the way. She'll have to pick him up and try to get him off.
We were gonna get him.
Go back and get him after the Bullseye situation.
We're gonna go and.
No, Shield was picking everybody up.
Yeah, I think Shield will get him. Shield will get him. We'll have it written. Spoilers.
Shield will bring the trampoline. It's all good, guys.
Yes. But I'm sorry that you're still sick, Saki. Thank you for joining me tonight. It was really, really good. And then Kung Fu Spaghetti. Likes, didn't likes, everything else?
I'm gonna do different this time. It's always someone else's stuff that I like to highlight and enjoying, but I enjoyed myself tonight. We went into combat, and I got to do a bouncing like spaghetti noodle splash attack. Then I got to ricochet a signature move off the ground into some dude's face. I got to do like a wind up elastic punch, a reverse punch, send some ladders all spaghetti style. I got to do a lot of weird elastic spaghetti guy stuff, which was awesome. I felt like the character was really going for. It was
you
awesome.
embodied him really well tonight, I would say, with the way that you did your attacks and the way that you did things.
I was just feeling it, yeah. And I like having Goofy
named attacks. I feel like my guy's one of those superheroes that just feels like he has to have all these named attacks.
It's like a mystery man.
And yeah, it's fun. It's having fun with it. And I totally hear you on the enemy density. When we went into first break for that one shot I did, I told the wife, I was like, I gotta remove floors from this building. Like, we went in and it was supposed to just be all these flights. We were climbing this building. It was like, whoa, we're not getting through these floors fast enough, because my first fight was like 7 Hydra goons, kind of like you're dealing with the hand. But I did have the realization, as we move up, we'll start fighting less goons and more like villains and stuff, you know?
Yes.
So we'll maybe outnumber them instead of them outnumbering us.
Mhm.
So maybe it's a problem that we really shouldn't look to fix so much and just kind of flow with it. So yeah, I definitely don't kick yourself about that too much, because the same problem on my
No.
end. And then I realized maybe that's actually kind of works with us. We're fighting the lower guys right now. We're rank 2, you know? So it might work itself out. It might be cool.
They're mostly just obstacles at this point, though. You know, they don't really
Right.
threaten you in the biggest case. The enforcers could, if they could ever land an attack on somebody, which you know, they have. They did land an attack, but the damage reduction is what's like, okay, well, this is less scary now.
Well, how many members of your party are damage reduction 2, Mighty 2? I mean,
I'm no
what,
mighty,
2
but I did the
plus 1 with damage reduction 1, and then I think that might be
3
it.
of us
So
have
3 out of the
DR2.
5 with damage reduction.
3 of us have DR.
Oh, you have DR2? So so I mean, it's 3 of you with DR2. So and I don't think Mr. Biscuits doesn't have any damage reduction as it currently stands right now. I don't know if Dragonus does. Does Dragonus have damage? Let me actually. I've got this sheet pulled up now. Yeah, no
Yeah,
no
DR 's
damage
powerful.
reduction.
DR 's
Good.
powerful.
It makes it really really difficult to actually create some damage.
Yeah.
I think.
Which again, it's goons. We're fighting, so the DR just nullifies it practically.
Yep.
Once we start fighting, you know, some big wigs.
Yep, and I
Go
will
get
tell
damage.
you, like, you guys are getting into some stuff. I mean, end of that session, Magnus had somebody invade his head, and there wasn't anything he could do about it.
Yeah.
Like, I asked, what
That's
is
the other side, and it's
Mhm.
like there's literally nothing that can stop it.
It's focus damage that can shatter you. You know, it's not just
Mhm.
about
Right.
physical damage anymore. But I just had
There's 2 health
somebody
bars.
reach
in
into
reality.
Magnus's
Yeah, there's
head
2
and
health
give him a
bars.
vision. And it could absolutely destroy him in the same way physically. I might not, like, you guys have faced a bunch of physical fighter guys. You haven't faced,
Yeah.
you know, magic or telepathy or, you know, whatever thing that it might be. So
All the ones that do focus damage specifically, yeah, which is
Yep.
a lot.
So a little
lot of
hint to
stuff.
what you guys might have to look forward to next week. If we hadn't went so long in that first big battle, we may have encountered it tonight. Let me
Nice
just put it
pivot
that
on the
way.
rooftop too. I could tell in your face that you wanted us to go on the floor, and he's like, "I want to land on the roof," and you're just like, "Okay, you're on the roof." That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. I was like, okay, 'cause
Bullseye on
that
a
was
roof,
one of
other roof made sense. It was good.
that was one of the pieces of feedback that Retired gave me the other day. Is like, regardless of where your players go, even if you have a planned encounter, bring the fight to them where it is. And
Exactly,
and
yeah.
that was the thing that I needed to pivot. I had an idea of what I wanted it to be like and where I wanted it to be, and I kind of somewhat scripted it. And then I was like, you know what? Let them land on the roof. It's all the same. Like it's all
Yeah.
the same. If I want to script it a
It's fluid.
specific way and have it tell the story I want it to tell, just your backdrop changes. You know.
Yep.
So I really appreciated that feedback and definitely tried to take it to heart. And I was going to give you guys, you know, wherever you guys want to go and encounter, because backdrop is important too. It informs your decisions. It's like, I didn't expect Mr. Biscuits to just peace out and go commit larceny. She jumped down and left the
I
battle. Like, and it was totally fine.
Shiny.
But I don't know, guys. I had a really good time. I hope you guys are enjoying
too.
it and still having a good time.
yeah.
Remember,
Oh, yeah.
Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. We try to get live and get going by. Please come back and visit us next week. To answer your question, Atari Beer Pong, we left off with Magnus getting a vision and them defeating Bullseye in like 2 hits. So like it was kind of crazy. But without any further ado, we need to find a raid target.
I will see you all on Saturday too.
Yep.
Yep.
Saturday
Yeah.
is Werewolf. If you want to come visit us over on Commodore Zed's channel, let me get
And
the...
Sisterhood Saturdays, Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so much TTRPG.
Saturday afternoon and then Saturday evening. You get a whole lot of TTRPG stuff.
Get it. Get it.
Let me find a raid target while those shout-outs are going out. Not Tabletop Simulator.
Start dumping all these VODs on the YouTube, which I guess I'll get set up enough.
Yeah, I gotta download. I gotta download a bunch.
See, I got a friend named Saki who is streaming Marvel Multiverse.
Oh, nice. Raider.
Uh-huh.
Brooksy, on my channel on Saturday, we're having a all-girl cast of Sailor Moon TTRPG.
Do you guys have anybody
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want to go raid? I'm seeing a lot of... Someone's doing Deadlands.
Deadlands.
It'd
Deadlands
be
is
interesting.
Cool.
We can
I
go
played
do some
Deadlands back in the day.
Deadlands. There's another person doing Star Wars Darkest Dawn, and they're on episode 25, so you'd be coming in deep.
Damn.
You guys want to go do some Star Wars? I mean, it's another Disney property. Let's go do that. Let's go do some Star Wars.
Get that Disney raid.
Lost Tribes Gaming.
Star Wars. It's the Star Wars.
Let's hit that raid. Let's
Hit
hit
it.
that raid. Thank you guys
Excellent.
for being here.
Excellent game.
Use your raid emotes. Thank you everybody for being here, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Yep.
Why we are planet side. You okay with that?
Do you still think they should stay on the ship as opposed to coming with us?
Thank you, Nerdwire Plays, for the raid. Raiding with
I'm-
viewers of 32.
32. Oh my
Wow.
Ooh.
Hey. Welcome.
Nice.
That's how you turn on stage fright.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. I'm torn. I want to give him the experience, but I want to keep him safe.
Let's see if we can find anything on the planet.
How do you navigate motherhood? I mean, how?
Well, you know what? This one's a little new. I have never before.
Let me just put it out there. If you have them stay